do Matahari.
Hey,
Matahari.
hey.
Hello, Eurovision fam. I'm so happy to be with you. And obviously, I'm even more happy to be with you, not by myself. I've got Michal from Eurovision Hub and then the incomparable Eurovision queen, Maxi Rainbow herself in the flesh, us on the same stream. It's happened before, but we had to make it happen. And so y'all are going to be here for my pre-show. And I have to say, I have been doing these like live streams, like watch Eurovision with me since 2016, when you couldn't just press a button to go live. You literally had to like put it through a streamer and everything like that. And so my times have changed.
Yep, they have.
We've upgraded. We've upgraded a little bit and bringing other people, which I love. I was reflecting on that earlier today. I was like, it's so nice, especially in a year like this, that we have all this technology to come together, because Eurovision for me is like a family reunion. I get to see all the faces of folks that like I haven't seen typically for a year or maybe just a couple of months if like I go to a national selection. But it's so nice to see y'all's faces. How have y'all been holding up this past year?
I've been well. Forget the past year. This day has been the longest day of my life, you guys. Waiting for 8 p.m. tonight has felt like a year itself. I've gone to the grocery store. I've tried to take a nap. I'm just so excited. Don't know about you. What about you, Maxi?
It has been, it's been good. I basically kind of procrastinated making videos until the last like 2 weeks. So I've uploaded like 100 videos in the last week. It's been like so stressful, but I mean, but I made it through. I'm like so happy I got everything edited before the final. I'm like, oh, now I can just relax. So it's been good though.
No, that's real. I mean, this year has been so interesting. And I have to say, like, it really didn't hit me until last night that as much as I am excited for us to have a winner finally, and honestly, some jury scores that I can hold my nose at and scream, I'm like, this year's post Eurovision depression, I think, is going to feel so hard because so much was built up. And I even had to kind of think to myself, like, yeah, we've been saying it's 2 years. Has it really been 2 years? And it's like, no, it really has been 2 years that we were waiting for this. And yeah, it's finally here. And so I'm happy to have a winner and everything, but I'm just like, okay, so then what am I going to do after this? What am I going to do?
It's bittersweet, isn't it? It's like you're so excited for tonight. It's like we're finally going to crown a winner, but it's also like, yeah, but like in a couple of hours, post Eurovision depression is going to hit us like a ton of bricks, and I'm not ready. Like I'm not prepared in the slightest.
Yeah.
They're on Twitter and be like, okay, so now what do I talk about?
Like exactly. Hello. No, that's real for sure.
Okay, so here's the real question. I sort of said this before. I feel like, even though there's like 15 countries, I'd literally be just fine with seeing win. Like, just literally like no issue at all. I'd be completely happy for those 15 countries if one of those won. I was like, okay, I've got to throw some of my emotional energy that's been pent up over the past 2 years behind some countries so I could be crystal clear tonight. And I have selected that if I was going to my store and purchasing my flags to wave in the arena, I think I'm waving Iceland, Italy, and Malta. I think those are my 3 flags. I'm waving tonight. And all 3 for different reasons. What are y'all thinking? We can kind of break down, maybe see if we have some in common and explain the reasons why.
Yeah, we have some in common for sure. I would be waving the Icelandic flag tonight, the Maltese flag, and Iceland. And I'm just torn between the other ones. I want to see Italy win, not because I love the track, but for what Måneskin winning would do for the narrative of Eurovision for years to come and what they represent as a group visually and sonically. And I think Italy needs rewarded for their efforts. That's why I would like to see Italy win. But then there's, France and Switzerland. There's just so many this year. I think I'm going to be happy with the result regardless tonight. Yeah. What about you, Maxi?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've been trying to think about it because I feel like every single reaction that I did, I was like, this is my favorite. This is my winner. This is who I want to win. It's like it just keeps changing over and over again. And I am honestly, there's like literally everybody that's in that like top half of the polls, I'd be fine with winning, which like never happens for me. There's always at least that one in there that I'm like, oh God, I really hope that doesn't happen. But this time, for me, I have kind of solidified that I'm rooting for Italy. But it's like, I think that they should win personally, just based on watching everybody. When I watch them, I'm like, they should be international stars. Like, to me, they are just like on another level when I watch them.
Yeah.
But I also, on a personal level, really want Malta to win. I think that like we've all followed Destiny for like the entirety of her career, basically, and having that kind of as the resolution would be, oh, I would love that to see. And also, I just really like Bulgaria, but I don't know. But I mean, it's just so beautiful, and there's so many really, really good ones. So, but my number one is Italy that I'm rooting for tonight.
Okay, so we all kind of agree, and I think this is a nice like segue into I think my next question. So let's maybe talk about sort of the reasons, because I feel like I am pulling for all three of the countries that I sort of mentioned, but for different reasons. And so let's break down. So Maxi, you kind of talked a little bit about Malta, and I'm already feeling myself getting emotional. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a long night, y'all. I probably need to be drinking beer. I will say, drinking.
At least get yourself your. I've got my Aperol ready. It's a party in Ireland right now. I'm so ready.
I feel like with the tequila, that was good. That kept me together even for semifinal one.
Go on, Alesia. Get it in, you girl. Hey.
I'm like, I don't have a baby tonight. All right, I'm partying tonight. JoJo is with her dad. I'm living it up. And I'm not drinking alone because I'm drinking with y'all. See, safe drinking. The tequila was good because I think it helped me keep some level of levity. I'm going to avoid the whiskey as hard as I possibly can. I'm going to try to steer clear of the Kentucky Mule that I would like to be sipping on tonight, because the puddle I will be in so early in the show. Yeah, I love Malta because to see Destiny win, I think would be amazing. I say this as someone who, we've literally watched her grow up before our eyes. She is such a competent performer. I just want to say, the young girls have really, and actually the youth on stage in general has really been showing out this year. I mean, like no shade, but like Natalia has not been hitting them notes, and she is a seasoned vocal performer. She's been performing for years. And to watch a Stefania and Destiny out there with so many marks, with these songs that are challenging songs, show up. I just want to applaud the young performers that we have had on the stage. Just really show up and show out. I'm loving that. And I think also with Destiny, I will say, I think as a mother of a daughter, I think about I don't know what my daughter is going to look like when she gets older. And I just feel like in comparison to I think the role models I had growing up, it's so different what these, to me, what young folks have to look up to in popular music. And I think it's an amazing, amazing thing. So I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I probably will cry. Because I mean, honestly, good vocals make me cry. So good vocals make me cry. Mihal, your thoughts on Malta?
Malta has been my winner since I first heard it. I remember messaging you. I was like, Alesia, this is it. She's got it. We're going to Valletta 2022. I just can't see where it can go wrong. Okay, she's got the 6th in the running order. That's not ideal. But in general, it's got the jury appeal. It's got the televote appeal with the little it's got a hook. And Malta's got the narrative. We have Destiny, who's a junior Eurovision winner. Malta has never won Eurovision before. All roads just seem to be leading towards this win tonight. And I would be so here for it. And I do want to go to a Mediterranean contest. I'd be here for a little Euro Club on the beach. Can you imagine? I'm here for it. But for me, I just can't see where this can go wrong.
Well, thank you so much, ESC Ariel. And Maxi, do you have any additional thoughts?
Yeah, I mean,
Malta?
Yeah, I mean, number one, I would love to go to Malta as well. I think that that's another thing that, like, especially now that I've started doing YouTube and like I want to go to the contest eventually, that's definitely something that I think about, and I think that I get so excited whenever a country that's never hosted Eurovision gets the opportunity to, because there's so much new things that you get to look forward to. And we've also seen them host Junior Eurovision, and it's always been amazing. And so I'd be excited to see what they do with the big contest as well. I think you guys have covered most of whatever, but I mean, I just love everything that she represents. I think that especially with all of the kind of hate that she's gotten, I've always said, like, for you to be a winner, you also kind of have to be a little bit divisive. Most of the winners lately, I feel like Duncan Lawrence, honestly, was maybe one of the most, like, non-divisive entries. I feel like most people generally like this entry, but like a lot of the ones before, Salvador Sobral and Jamala and all of them, like, people either hate it so viciously or they absolutely love it, and she's been getting that. So I feel like that, I don't know, maybe that's a good sign in some ways. You know what I mean?
I completely agree with you. I think that's always something that I've picked up on is like, I mean, and honestly, even with Duncan Lawrence, I mean, it's not like he won the televote or won the jury too. So, and I think this year might be a case of that where we won't have the same, the winner in the same bucket. So I think that that's something to note. Now let's move on. Let's move on to Italy, because I think all three of us said that we were sort of pulling for Italy. I think for me, I said it before, I'll say it again. You know, I think, you know, this is not the Eurovision Pop Song Contest. It's just not. And I think folks need a little bit of a kick and reminder of that. Not to mention, you know, Italy has low-key been overdue for a win. And I'm not saying that we give people points off of past, you know, past entries, but it doesn't hurt that they're giving us a winning entry here. And low-key, they've been giving us winning entries, you know? So I do think that that consistency should be rewarded. I would love to go to Italy. I wouldn't be complaining about that trip. I wouldn't be complaining about that trip at all. And I mean, there's something about this performance. It gives me goosebumps and it just feels professional. Like I think about, like, you know, sort of like the White Stripes. And actually what I remember was the Brit Awards. Maybe this was like the Brit Awards in like 2010, that Kasabian, I'm on fire, I told. Okay. Yeah, I just had like these flashbacks of like, this just feels professional. It feels like a breath. What do y'all think?
I agree. I mean,
go ahead, Maxie.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a rock fan, right? Anybody who watches my channel knows, like, I pretty much always just go for the bops. Like, that is what I go for. And whenever there is a song like this that really catches my attention, and maybe it's not something that I would typically like, I think that that's a really good sign, because I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are just like me, that maybe aren't the biggest rock fans, but they're going to fall in love with this. I feel like it was similar to like Hatare, where it was just like, it's next level. Like, they take it to a whole other thing. It's not just a rock song. It's like the high fashion, like avant-garde aspect of their performance and their outfits and their visuals and everything. And again, when I found out last night how old they are, that they are younger than me, like, these kids are really doing it. Like, they are all like 20, 21, 22. That is insane.
And Maxie is young, y'all. Maxie is young out here in these streets.
I was blown away. So, I mean, I'm rooting for Italy for that reason.
Yeah, I'm going to echo what you guys said with regards to, like, this performance just feels like we're watching superstars. It's so polished. And for their age, like Alesia, as you say, the younger performance this year are just leveling up. Like, and like we said, Italy needs rewarded for their efforts. I think if they won tonight, it would be a justice for Grande Amore back in 2015, for Soldi. You know, this would be for all those robbed Italian wins. And they need rewarded for their efforts at Eurovision. Plus, like I said before, I love what this band represents visually, and I love what it says about the direction of the contest and where the contest is in 2021. You know, it's not what people think it is. So yeah, it would really change people's ideas, and that's what we need. We need this fresh outlook, and I think that Måneskin could definitely do it for us. So, like I said, I'm not the biggest. If someone's at your door, you need to go check that out. Someone is. If they're glad that
Yeah, and feel free to talk about Iceland.
We will. I mean, I'm glad they didn't come 10 minutes later. If someone comes to my door after like Eurovision starts, you're not getting me. Like, see with my phone, I'm like, but yeah, to close up on Italy, I reckon that I don't listen to the track. I'm not the biggest rock fan like you either. I wouldn't stick this on Spotify, but I'd be happy to call this a Eurovision winner.
Oh no, see, I'd be, headbanging and stuff. Trying to at least.
Have you tried singing along to it? I'm in the car like, and I'm like, if anyone hears me right now, like, honestly.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh my God. I feel that way with a lot of the Italian entries though. I can never learn the lyrics to them. Like they be doing the raps and stuff. I can't.
And we're just like, yeah, you stick to that. We'll stay here and admire from afar. Iceland, Maxie, what are you saying? They came in as like the hot favorites in the beginning because of the success of Think About Things. And then they kind of slid off the radar, but now they're slowly cropping up. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is they're not personally in my list of just based on everything. I would love to go to Iceland, so I'm still rooting for them. I think that I love the entire group, and Iceland's again one of those countries. I just feel like they have sent really good entries in the past. They've sent really bad ones as well, but they're one of those countries I really think do deserve to win the contest because they bring really good quality stuff a lot of the time. But I don't know. I think it's hard because whenever we have the artists that brought music last year, you're inevitably going to compare them. And it is hard for me to be like, well, Think About Things was so good. I really do think About Things would have won. I don't know if this one is as like impactful and immediate, but I do like the entry. I think that the staging and everything, like if they won, I think it would be totally justified. I just think that there's a lot of other entries that are really, really, really good and like take it to another level, and I feel like this entry this year is, it's still good. It's just not.
Yeah, no, I get that. I fell in love with Think About Things, and I just think that this year the locals, the general public, are going to just see this imagery. They're going to be like, oh, it's that guy, and he is going to landslide the televotes. I really think that that's going to happen. Alesia, you are a bigger fan of 10 years than Think About Things, right?
Yeah, I prefer 10 years to Think About Things. Think About Things, once I got to like kind of the second verse, I tended to skip it, if I'm being honest. Not that I didn't necessarily like the song, I didn't need much more of it. And I think 10 years sort of next levels what Dottie's sort of done, especially for folks who have kind of like followed his career from when he first showed up at Samba Kempen. I would say the thing I like about it is the variety in the song. It holds me for the 3 minutes because it's like we have that sort of orchestral beginning, then we have the synth drop, then we have the hook, then vocally he's really showing off his range, and then we have the choir. It really does feel like the song has levels. It's not super linear, and yeah, I think honestly people at home, they're going to latch on to this. And I have to say, I think the song makes me emotional. Okay, all these songs make me emotional. It's probably the only one of my like top 3 that probably won't make me cry. But I will probably cry if they win. I would say because the song is just so authentic to him and his story. And I go back to sort of that thought process of this is the Eurovision Song Contest, and imagine, and I think it feels different when you have the songwriter, that singer-songwriter winning, like a Duncan Lawrence moment where it's like, this is authentic to them. And I mean, him sharing that moment in the group with his wife, who's pregnant right now. I mean, come on. Like, I just think it means so much. And I think that all should kind of count for something, especially if you're on the jury side of things, actually seeing like a singer-songwriter that is also a performer, which is rare, which brings me to, okay, we don't have to talk about, and I'll sort of open the floor. So we have some other singer-songwriters on the stage, and I'm going to kick it off with the UK because I feel like I haven't talked about the UK, and I'm curious, what are y'all thoughts? Because after watching the jury show yesterday,
yeah. Okay, I'll get it out of the way. I love that the UK are finally sending something that's representative of the UK music scene. if I put on the radio right now, Capital FM, you would hear music that sounds identical to this. And that's what we as Eurovision fans have been craving the UK to do. So I'm so happy for that. I'm happy that we've got like an artist like James who's so passionate and cares about the contest and wants to change the reputation and the narrative. But from watching the jury shows and seeing the performance, I just feel there's something not clicking with me. There's something that still feels very BBC. Is that the right adjective to use? It feels very, there's no party that the song craves to be staged with. It feels very stiff and very cold. And even I'll go as far and say vocally, I know that James can do better. I just fear that the UK is not going to get rewarded for their efforts this year. They do deserve it, but yeah, I think it's going to be a lower right-hand side finish tonight. Sadly.
I mean, look, we needed his vocal to be together. Okay,
it wasn't though. Yeah,
and the vocal was not together. Yeah, y'all know, and everyone likes to say, you know, oh, you favor this country. Let's just say I am indiscriminate when it comes to vocals. Okay, yeah. Either you got it or you don't, and if you don't got it, I'm going to call you out. You deserve it.
I am the worst at judging vocals, so I'm not the person to talk about that. I thought Roxanne sounded good. So
Maxi. Maxi. All right. It's been nice chatting. Cheers. Enjoy your night.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, look, it's just the vocal was not where it needed to be. And also, I would say really because this is the thing, you know, it's not James's job to worry about the camera angles and all of those things like that. The camera angles were also real lazy, real slow. We weren't getting those fast cuts. The song is uplifting. It's a party song. And low-key, they have a decent running order. Like, they're really coming at a nice moment in the show to get people hyped. But those camera angles are just so, like, they're just, like, conservative. And that maybe is the aspect that feels a little bit...
BBC.
But I will say I am still hopeful for the UK, and I need to bring someone else to the stage. So I might put y'all down and then I'm gonna bring y'all back up. Is that okay? Because I just need to give a little moment to my next guest for like 5 seconds. Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. Without further ado, y'all, bringing up to the stage the one and only, the very famous Eurovision, like the person you know and love more than me, low-key, is Devin. Devin.
Oh, yes. Hi.
How are I just did the most epic intro for you. You're welcome.
Oh, Gina, I missed most of it. I'm here with Alex.
Hello.
Oh. Now, you would remember him because he's been behind some of the most fabulous frocks at Eurovision. He's been to Eurovision like 6 times and designed. And I'm here with another Eurovision face, Alesia Michelle.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'll kill you. Hi.
What a setup.
So we're gonna tune into Eurovision like shortly, and I heard you were doing this thing. I'm like, my girl, where's she at? What's she doing? But I'm in Skopje and I'm having the time of my life, literally.
Well, I'm so happy to see you and hear your voice, and I am so looking forward to debriefing whatever goes down on the stage today, because I think it's going to be surprising no matter what. Like, no matter what.
You know what? I was really, you know, it's so funny because I thought France and I thought Malta. Malta was so good, but now I'm thinking that running order, it's not in anybody's favor, really.
No.
She goes up in, well, Malta performs in 6th. What position did you perform in? You were late. You were like 19.
Yeah.
Tamara, do you remember your running order?
No. I was 8.
You were 8th to perform?
On the finals.
At the final. Right. Because I think in the semi, it was like second to last. Yeah.
The semifinal.
Oh, well, that's...
And on the semifinal,
If Tamara was 8th in...
Between Azerbaijan and Holland.
And Netherlands.
Holland.
It was on the semifinal.
Who was Netherlands?
Yep, Tamara was 8th.
So the winner.
But wasn't the Netherlands so early?
You wouldn't believe what I just asked. This is so funny. This is so fun. I was like, who's Netherlands that year? Of course. And of course,
but it was the winner.
I've got a really cute cat here. Hey.
Hello, hello.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. So, look, we've got like a whole Eurovision platter. How do you even do this?
I need to step my game up. I'm like, after this, once the show starts, we've got 2 minutes before the show. I'm gonna get my drink ready. I decided I think I might be sipping on beer. Normally I'm drinking beer at the final, but that's because that's the only thing that's like offered in the press center.
There's like every drink under the sun here. Tamara's really pulled all the stops and everything. It's unbelievable. And like Hannah, do you want to come and say hello to my friend Alesia Michelle? Come and say hello.
No.
Maybe she doesn't want to say hello.
Right.
Darren, do you want? The children are just like living their lives. But Eurovision's gonna start, so you're gonna need to go. Let me just bring this to Tamara to say goodbye. And say hello. Say hello. Say hello.
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 She's so sweet. She is so sweet. Tamara, do you want to say goodbye to my friend Alesia Michelle? Oh, there's no good lighting here.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, bellissima.
Bye, darling.
We're trying to figure out who will pull a Tamara.
What is she?
That's what we're trying to figure out. And
Russia.
win jury.
Russia
will win.
You said Serbia like 10 minutes ago.
No, my favorite is Serbia. I love the girls, and I will vote for them. But I think that Russia will win. That's my.
Okay. You know,
I'll see you later then.
Well, yes. Bye, y'all. Have fun, and thank you for popping in.
My favorite is France, but Russia will win.
Oh well, it's a mixed house here. I love you, Alesia Michelle. Have fun.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry, we had to make way. I moved y'all.
That's iconic.
I love that so much. That was my favorite. I was watching with the biggest smile on my face. I love him. I love him.
I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna get so Maxie, how are you watching in the States? I'm peacocking. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing
I just have some random VPN and I will be, cheating the system. That's what I'm doing.
See,
I will be pretending like I am in Germany or something.
Peacock is free. I will say the German stream I've watched a lot for the semifinals. German I've watched a lot.
I never pay for VPN, so whatever I got, I don't care about my safety or security. It's just I want to watch. I want to watch Eurovision.
Okay, the show
Steal
is
my data.
Is it starting?
Good. It is starting here. I'm seeing. Yeah, it's like the opening. And I just want to say, as a disclaimer for all folks watching, because a lot of people will watch the stream like, you're not even paying attention. It's like, I have seen them run this 3 times.
So many times.
3 times at this point, So I pause typically so I can assess what the vocal is doing. That's what I'm pausing for. I just need to know what the vocal is doing. But before the show starts, because I think we've got like about a 15-minute opening. It takes them a while to really get it on and pop in. I mean, I would because I said, talk about Bulgaria a little bit, because I even saw some comments here of folks talking about the fear of Bulgaria kind of flopping. And I'm not going to lie, to me, the semifinals were extremely telling. I knew that Bulgaria was going to qualify. It's going to qualify. My question was, but how successfully, will it ultimately do? And my fear is just, I don't know if that's where people are at this year. I just don't think that this is an introspective year. I think that this is the year of the party. And I think the only person coming for the televote as opposed to Iceland is San Marino. And San Marino, for that reason, it's just a party. It feels joyful.
San Marino, I got her water bottle.
Yes.
Yes, swag. Yes, swag. But yeah, I just feel like with San Marino, it's giving people what they want and what they're sort of looking for this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely nervous about Bulgaria, though they are pretty much they're my winner, like in the sense of my personal winner. But I don't know, something, I just feel it that it's just going to be one of those things that's going to come like ninth or something like that. Like as much as beautiful as it is, I think that the story is amazing. But even I've said it in my reactions to a couple of songs this year, it's been over a year of woe is me sorrow, and we want to have fun, and that's perfectly fine. Like that's fine to, but just with everything, I think that people don't want to like cry and be sad, especially for Eurovision. It's like we're here to have a party and kind of get our minds off of things, and I don't know if the people are going to respond to that as much, so but I'm still rooting for her. I think that they really do deserve they've done a great job, but I am definitely nervous. But listen, a win, I'd be fine with that still. But I don't really, I don't really see it happening, unfortunately.
I mean, honestly, last year I could have seen Bulgaria winning, without question. And I mean, look, there are some years. Look, I was loving Bones. Okay, I still listen to Bones. Bulgaria is definitely one of my favorite countries at Eurovision, and was honestly a country that when I first started watching the contest, I was always so confused when they didn't qualify. Like it never really made that much sense to me. I was like, how did this one not make it through? So I've personally been really excited about, just sort of the recent resurgence of Bulgaria, and I think they're keeping that going, which I love. And yeah, we've got this opening. It's so interesting. I like Edsilia and Chantal. And it's interesting because I think Nikki really got to play a larger role in the semifinals, and honestly was kind of carrying that hosting team. And I was interested to see during the final them sort of pull Nikki back a little bit in the grand final. I don't feel like Nikki is as prominent in the grand final as much as she was in the semifinals. And to me, the shame of that was she was so great.
She was incredible.
I really,
and to think that she wasn't even one of the original main hosts absolutely blows my mind.
Criminal.
Oh, yeah, she's killing it. But I just want to say about Bulgaria, they did have me eating my words a bit because, Alesia, you know how I felt about Bulgaria's efforts this year. Even with their national final, I was a bit like, everything sounds the same. And it's just like, really, I felt like Romania was doing what Bulgaria wanted to do. And what should have been doing.
I do agree. I do think, I don't know, it's difficult because to me, I think Growing Up is Getting Old really is a stage piece song because it does have that blossom at the end that just to me lends itself. Whereas to me, Amnesia is the superior studio track by a mile, the production with it is so tight. And I think the currentness of Amnesia, I mean, it's on my Eurovision based playlist. I love Amnesia. And yeah, in my mind, I'm like, if Victoria did Amnesia, would we be having a different conversation? I think so, honestly.
We would be. I just think that crescendo at the end with Growing Up is Getting Old comes way too late in the track. We've already decided that this is going to be either a toilet break, fill your kettle up, get your Aperol Spritz topped up. Like that's what it is. But it deserves your time. It really does. But I think that, as I said, the crescendo comes way too late.
Yeah, and that was my fear. Whereas, to me, with Tears Getting Sober, it bloomed and blossomed before the song, and then at the end of the song, it was like this flower flowing away into the universe. I mean, that song was just so well paced in chord structure, in arrangement. It's so good. I mean, to me, I could have seen it winning Eurovision. Yeah. I really could have seen it happening. And
what I will say too, vocally, she's there too. She's sounding great. Like I think she's
to me, she sounded amazing. There's been no question about her vocal. Talking on the styling, I actually will say I really enjoyed all the styling of all the hosts this year. I think even, having Jan here in not a plain black tux, boring suit.
Yeah, he got some color at the final, didn't he, with that dark shoes? I was like, yes.
Yeah, no, I will say I applaud all of our male contestants this year for not wearing the t-shirt and black slacks on stage. Because Lord Jesus, if I had another year of that, I was going to come through the TV and slap several people.
Yeah, because even during the turquoise carpet, I was like looking through everybody's outfits and I was like, wait, everybody kind of, even the guys kind of turned it. It wasn't just like everybody wearing black suits. I was like, wow, like everybody was kind of doing something different. I was like, I'm really impressed this year.
To me,
I
I'm
love
like,
that the carpet event has turned into this like fashion, like a gala sort of thing during Eurovision week. We all were like, who are you wearing? What are you? It's exciting now.
yeah,
Every year something bigger.
I think the styling has been good. Now, I will say this, y'all.
Oh, it's time.
Although I think the songs this year makes it our strongest year. I don't know if I could hand over the crown of best holistic production show to the Netherlands.
Not since Stockholm. Not since Stockholm.
That's what I mean. I think 2016 might still get the edge. I think. I want to see what goes down today holistically with everything when we have our like voting sequence, because I think that's part of it too. When you have the real interactions between the jurors and the real scores that show up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm already gonna tell y'all. I feel like Jan is gonna be the savage one when it comes to the low point.
You've got 0. Moving on. I'm sorry about that.
I think he is gonna be kind of savage, where it's like, bruh, we need you to soften it up a little bit.
Yep.
A little bit.
I want to ask you guys. So people were saying that they're sad that we're continuing with the points. We're giving it to the lowest jury upwards again this year. And people are saying, oh, it's not fair, it's humiliating. But I also get the fact that it's a TV show and you want to create that excitement. What's your guys' take on that?
Well, I don't know. I feel like, honestly, just for me, I feel like it's not as exciting because it gets to the end and it starts to become a little bit predictable. And you're like, well, they're not going to win because they were like, maybe it was somebody who like got a really, really high jury, but then they got a really low televote a la Sweden. And you're like, well, you're not going to win. So it's not as exciting. You're like, I don't know, like, personally, for me, I preferred the way that it was done before. I felt like we were more on edge with that. Now it feels like it starts to become a little bit more predictable, but that's just me.
You know, I think for me, one, I should just say the show has started. I will just say, I really like her vocal tone. I've learned. I really like it.
Yeah.
It's on the loose. Hot in the Alesia in the butt.
I am going to have to go in a second, guys. I'm watching Eurovision with my mom tonight. It's the first time in a couple of years, so we are going to watch it, but I'll go in a little second.
Well, yeah, no, I was just going to say, I actually just randomly, I'm happy that we actually are kicking off the show with Cyprus. I like it. I think some people were thinking that was bad, but I'm like, no, start off the show with something clean, professional, and that will capture people immediately. I'm like, no, this is a TV show. We want people to hop in. So I was cool with that. But on the voting sequence, the thing that I don't like about it is we don't have that moment for the artist that won the televote. We don't. And I don't know if commentators will take that role and like do that. But that's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah, because to win a televote is huge, and it would be nice for them to get that recognition. Like, you got the people behind you, so yeah, they deserve it.
No, I completely agree. We need to figure out a way, I think, to do that. You know, whether that be even right before the performer kind of takes to the stage, taking that moment for the host when that performer is getting ready to go back on stage to do their encore performance, for them to actually say like, and we have our televote, and then give them some flowers or something, you know, because they don't need to come up to the stage. We can just pan the camera over to that delegation that won the televote.
Yeah, because ultimately, a couple of years ago, if you won the televote, you won the whole contest, you know, so it's huge. It's huge. But guys, this has been lovely. I've loved hanging out with you prior to the show. Enjoy it. Cheers, and may the best song win.
Yes,
bye, everyone.
thank you, Nicole.
Bye.
Okay, Maxie, we're down to it, and I know I probably don't have you the whole show.
No, I got to do it my stream as well. So.
Yeah, I'm like, I know I don't have you the whole show.
I just stream the results though, so.
Okay, yeah. But any last thoughts?
Well, I mean, okay. What I want to say about the voting is, I don't know if you can answer this because, like, I'm not as I don't know all the technical stuff a lot of the time because, like, you know, I'm still I don't know, but I don't know how they could do this because obviously the way that they present the jury scores is naturally going to take longer. But what I've always hated is that it feels like the jury score is like the more important one when they do the presentation because it's like they get so much more time presenting the jury score, and then it's just like televote, doot doot doot. And even though I feel like the televote is way more important, like that's way more people's opinions that goes into the televote. So I've always hated that, like that. I don't know, but there's no way that they could do it quicker, you know, but it just always annoyed me.
Well, you know, honestly, I've actually argued that I'm like, you know, I don't need the buildup of the jury scores. I would almost be okay with the jury scores populated and then we get into the televote because just like Nihal said, once upon a time, that was the winner. The televote score was the score and that's who won. So it is a huge deal. And I think the minimization of it is unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it happens, you know. And I think, to be honest, I wish that there was just a way where really we don't do the chit chat. And I think at this point it's so iconic, so to drop it might feel lacking. But I really wish that they would just hop on and just say, hello, these are our 12 points.
Although I love it because the memes, like, and everything, and they just start rambling. And
yeah, it's so iconic now. So to lose that bit of the show, I'm like, But again, I did a TikTok the other day where it was like the Shanice, your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. You know, I just feel like, to me, I watch Eurovision for this part. I want to see the clothes. I want to listen to the songs. The voting and all of that and the interval acts and stuff could all be shorter. I'm like, I don't need.
Oh my God, those interval acts. Sometimes I'm just like, you know, sometimes they're really good, but a lot of the time they're just like, I gotta. You know what I want more of is whenever in what year was that? 2014, where they did the like, what was that with Emily DeForest and like all the artists came out.
Yes.
Because they do that every year in Junior Eurovision, and I've always said I wish that they would do that every year in Eurovision. I think that like I get emotional when I watch that because you got to think like these artists take so much time and effort to get to this point, and like seeing them in that one moment after they've all performed, just getting up on stage and having fun, and just like I don't know, I would love to see something like that more in Eurovision. If we made that like a yearly thing, I would love.
Yeah,
that.
No, I think that that's a really good point because I think, and we didn't get to have that this year. So much of Eurovision is getting to see those artists kind of come together and interact with each other, figure out what songs are their faves, and we don't always have that. But I will let you go. Albania is burning it up. The makeup looks good. She sounds great.
Vote for Albania.
Yeah. Thank you so much for hopping on my stream. It is so nice to chat with you. And I need to get you in. This will be my ploy. I need to get you in on the Eurovision fam. Okay.
I know.
I need to get you in on the Eurovision fam.
All right. Well, I will see myself out.
No, thank you so much. Yes. No, she sounds great. She looks beautiful. I'm going to need some juries to actually show Albania some love this year. I'm just going to leave it at that. We will be seeing a lot of silver dresses today, but honestly, I'm not mad at it. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for joining me, Maxie. You know, it's like I didn't get to have my moment being in the press room and seeing all of my Eurovision friends and family this year, but it's so nice that we can do it virtually, honestly. I do think the running order might hurt Albania a little bit, but but I don't know if the running order affects the jury as much. And honestly, I need the jury to throw in some love for Albania. I could see some juries including it top 10. Now we've got Eden Ellen showing up. Israel's entry, I'm not going to lie, I'm really going to be listening very closely to this vocal that she's going to be delivering. Just really closely to the vocal, because I do think I love Eden, but the song, because the staging isn't too much, we really need the vocal to shine through. Take a look, what will we come with? It's been so long. Yes, the show has started. We're on act number 3. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so deeply happy that they got rid of those dry, hollow OOOs, lazy songwriting and production. You know, this is really interesting. I don't know why we had 5 dancers. Like, for what? We didn't need 5. Yeah, we didn't need 5 dancers at all. Set me free, feel my beating heart in perfect harmony. Don't let me down. I'ma make it on my own. Yeah, we really deeply did not need 5 dancers. It really makes no sense. You know, honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of the original version of this song, but honestly, they really did it with the revamp, so I'm happy about that. Set me free, feel my beating heart in perfect. Honestly, she's sounding really good, and she sounded great at the jury show. The jury show was actually the best vocal I'd heard her do, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Israel cracking the top 10 this year. Not gonna lie. I'ma make it on my own. And I will say, I love the fact that they are utilizing the stage and the space. My own. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh La La was my thing. Ooh La La might have came top 5 in a year like this. It could have. I say that comfortably. Her vocal is sounding great, actually. Whistle notes? Perfection. Okay. History was just made on the Eurovision stage in the form of Eden Ellen. Okay. She doesn't have to win. She's already in the Eurovision history books. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yes, Eden is working it, y'all. Working it, y'all. Oh, you thought it was off? I got the surround sound on, boo. I got the surround sound. It wasn't sounding off to me. We'll see actually in the recap, because in the recap, yeah. All right. And my goal is not to talk y'all's heads off too much, okay? Someone said poor Belgium. I don't think anything poor about Belgium. I actually think having Israel and Belgium next to each other works to both of their advantages. They both stand out. They're both very different. But look, y'all, the adults have arrived, and I'm about to vibe. Okay, okay. Last night, I get up because I need a shot of whiskey remedy. Y'all know I love this song. I love this song. He landed in the witty strip. He started off. So, the production team actually came out and said that the running order doesn't have anything to do with the televote or the jury scores because literally the production team has no clue what the scores actually are. So they don't craft the running order based off that. You're in the wrong place. You're lying next to me. I don't know where to hide. I see your smiley face. It makes me wanna cry. What was I thinking? 'Cause all we did was fight. Don't you ever dare to wear my Johnny Cash t-shirt. You're in the wrong place. Ugh, I love this act so much. Hooverphonic is really doing the damn thing. And I'm not going to lie, juries are going to have the, I think they're going to do pretty well with the juries. Let me rephrase that. They need to do pretty well with the juries if the juries want to have any level of credibility. Seriously. Last night, you confused me with your blurry eyes like you were a different kind of guy. That's why. I love the way that they've incorporated the backing vocalist. It's just so adult, so quality and polished. I don't even know what else to say. You're in the wrong place. You're lying next to me. I don't know where to hide. I see your smiley face. It makes me wanna cry. What was I thinking? 'Cause all we did was fight. Don't you ever dare to wear my Johnny Cash t-shirt. Hey, you're in the wrong place. 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 Okay, sorry, y'all. T-shirt. Amen. Okay. I've got my notes from the grand final. Up next, we've got Russia. And I'm going to go on and vibe to Russia. And I'm going to let y'all vibe to Russia. So I will be right back. Don't go anywhere because we're going to watch the grand final together. You shouldn't have to watch the show alone. We're talking in the comments. We're chit-chatting, everything. If you're here and you've never subscribed to my channel, you've never watched my videos before, just subscribe. If anything, subscribing to my channel will put you, connected with more Eurovision content. And I mean, if you're here, you must love Eurovision content. I mean, come on, right? Okay, we've got to vibe. Someone said, you have to understand that some songs are really beautiful, but not for Eurovision. But I think that I think that what Belgium is serving actually is for Eurovision. We need to have a variety on the stage. We need to have a variety. And I do think that there's something competitive about The Wrong Place as well. Just throwing it out there. Okay, I'll be right All right, y'all. Okay. I had to go get a drink, and I was vibing with Russian Woman. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Russian Woman came like top 5 in the jury. Hey, are you hurting? Are you all right? You look like an angel that's fell from the sky. Well, you keep talking, massaging my ego. She sounds great. She looks great. I mean, no one's going to forget this visual, even in 8th place. It's not on, baby. She sounds great. This is so good. Do it. This moment. Shimakass. If you don't get it, how are people going to visually forget this? The bright colors, the strong vocal. I don't know what commentators were talking about before she went on, but they should have been talking about how she won Junior Eurovision and that she is a front runner for this evening. I'll give you a chance. So stop trying. Give it up. Ain't changing my plans. I'm not your honey. Okay, look. This is sounding great. This is sounding great. I don't think Russia's winning. She is 18 years old. And it's amazing what she's doing on the stage that some grown women who have been performing all of their lives can't do. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, and if you're wondering what I mean is staying on the pitching key. I don't think so. I think that Malta's one of the performances doesn't matter. Bring us home. Ooh, chills. Ladies. Ooh, chills. Hey. Shimakass. Oh my gosh. She's doing it. She's doing it. The crazy thing is she's hitting these notes with such ease. Ease. This is comfortable for her. Oh, that shot. She looks beautiful. Okay. She did it. We got through it. We got through it. Oh my goodness. I think that this is the loudest bit of applause I've heard so far. Also, throughout the song, there seemed to be a lot of hype at the right moments. That's always a good thing. Yes, y'all, Valletta is possible. It's possible. Okay, now I made the decision for my drink tonight. I'm sticking with the tequila. The tequila has carried me through semifinal 1 and semifinal 2. Up next, we have Portugal, one of my favorite songs this year. One of my favorite songs from this year, easily, hands down, no question. No question. Ooh. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier. Okay. Left home when I was only sweet 16, chasing blind love and a bunch of broken dreams. Don't know how I thought I'd be a queen. I could do anything, but somehow I end up here. I don't know why. Oh, I love this song, y'all. Y'all know I love this song. Okay. I do think Portugal might be negatively affected. But the thing about this song that is so good that I always believed, it's so catchy, it's easy. This chorus, love is on my side, and the visual so strong. I mean, they did the staging so right for this entry, so right. The vocal, always good. Maybe not tonight. Hey, what? Come through with the color on stage. What? Yes. I can feel it when it rains. This moment is so Prince, production wise. Oh, so good. Running through my veins. Oh, look, when I interviewed them, I had to talk about it. I was like, the vocal, y'all, the vocal, it's together. It's together. Cold flow. The only thing I was nervous about was I was like, this is a song about a prostitute. And do people want to be transported here? But low key, we are basically transported to the red light district of the Netherlands. So maybe it had to win. You know, maybe it had to make it out of the semi. My side. Oh, I love this. I mean, they just really did the staging right. I love the fact that this is a band. I love the fact that they wrote this song. You know, it's not like some other writing team handed it to them. Woo! Maybe not tonight. Love is blind. You know, it's so interesting because I remember even during the semifinal, there was a ton of people talking about, oh, well, Portugal had better options. You can't say that they had better options when this qualified. You know, even Norway, you know, we could have a conversation about Norway having better options, but Tix qualified. The conversation is irrelevant. The country did what their job was, you know, get to the final. Honestly, I could see like the UK, I could see Germany, the Netherlands, you know, some of those juries really actually giving Portugal some love. I don't know if they'll get any douze points, but I expect them to be present. You know, now we're ready to take it to the top, y'all. Take it to the top. Hey, y'all know Loco Loco is my jam. It is my 2021 bust it down in the club, go to the beach, party, get live track. Okay. Okay. Just ready for this party, y'all. I'm ready. Come on. Let's do this, y'all. It's like something Loco, loco. It's something about this that's so clean. Hurricane. Hey, Loco, loco. I'm bringing Lily to the stage. Oh,
I know, we gotta dance this one. I have no rhythm though.
I'm so glad that they're. I'm so glad that they are in the final.
Oh, they're
I
gonna
just
sweep.
needed it to be official and iconic. Okay.
Yeah, no, they're gonna sweep that Balkan vote 100%. Like, oh, this is such a banger.
Okay. You know, I can totally see you as the 4th edition of Hurricane. Look, I'm gonna put my
Do it.
application in. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna put my application in. Giannis says Serbia could win the televote. I don't think it's winning the televote.
I think it's
I
going to
don't-
sweep the Balkan televote, though.
Yes. Oh, yes. Come on. I mean, because
Yeah.
low-key, they don't have any other. There aren't that many neighbors. Because, like, I mean,
They have
it was-
Albania.
Yeah, they have Albania, but like the semifinals were not good to the Balkans this year at all.
Yeah. There's one person I saw on Twitter who was like, every year one of the pots gets decimated, and this year it was the Balkan pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love the way they look. They just look like
They
superhero pop girls, and I
Yes.
love it. I needed this.
Yes. You know what? Yeah, go for the 4th member. You get one of their little costumes.
Look.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, they
I'm
look so
here
good. Oh, that was
for it.
amazing.
See, mine would just be the bodysuit.
Okay.
That would be my look, because we got the romper, we got the dress, we got the pants. So mine would just be the bodysuit.
There you go.
So we already got my outfit. All right,
There you go.
let's do it. Someone said it's a lot of hair. I got a lot of hair too. We can make it work.
There you go.
We can
A
make
lot
it.
of hair.
Okay, so far, what has stood out to you? Because now we have a little bit of a break gap. What has stood out to you so far?
Oh my gosh. In the running order, number one, this is such a great running order. Like everything was like up there. I think Albania is the one that stood out to me the most, even though she's in second. It's just like every time, like when I'm thinking about who's gone so far, my mind goes like straight to Albania. And I'm like, I don't like just that vocal, her look, that staging, everything about Albania's performance was like so good. Of course, Destiny, because I love her. Like her vocal is amazing. That staging is striking, and it just looks amazing. Like no, those two are the ones that I think, besides Serbia, that my eye went straight to.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, in this first pot, it does, and maybe I'm beginning to understand the running order a little bit. Maybe it's like we sort of are having moments to pause out of a section and then figuring out, okay, well, what rose to the top out of this section the most? And I do think in a way, Malta's just so visually there. You know,
Yes.
Russia, I think no matter where, Russia was definitely a country, no matter where it fell, you weren't going to forget about it. I think Malta's also that as well. But I think if we are looking in Eurovision canon and vibe and moment, I think that Malta is the one of this first bucket that really is the heavy hitter.
We're about a third of the way through now, right?
Well, yeah. So then we've got another chunk and a break. And then we got another chunk. We do have like a weird small break between Finland and Bulgaria.
Okay.
There. But yeah, I mean, yeah, of this first chunk, like perhaps this first chunk was just for us to kind of solidify maybe in our brains a little bit like, okay, yeah, Malta.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like,
yeah, like because it's like you have to think about like there's so many favorites going into this contest tonight. Like it's still wide open. I really do feel that.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just oh gosh, this is such a good final. It's like up there for 2009 so far.
Yeah, no, this is a great final, and I do think it's just I do still think when it comes to talking about winner potential, Italy, Iceland, you know, yes, France, yes, Switzerland, and I think Malta's still in it.
All of those I want to win so bad because it's been so long for all of them. Like I just realized how young everyone from Maneskin is. Like they're babies. They're like
hold on, so
literal babies.
Someone was like, what the jury vote? Tyler. So the juries technically voted last night. We had the jury show last night. Yeah. And I have to say, Hurricane and Elena's performances were more polished and nice, but the energy felt too, how do you say, professional serial. I have always said that about, like, even Croatia. I was nervous about them. And I would mention Croatia and Cyprus, and I was like, those just feel really polished, whereas Azerbaijan and Israel feel slightly more like, I don't want to say down to earth, but down to earth. Okay, I'm going to go on mute so we can start dissecting the UK. Daddy James is trying his best, He's not staying on the pitch completely. It's coming out though,
Yeah.
Homeboy is still, I think. Wait, Homeboy might have put a ponytail.
Nope, he's got straight backs still. He's still got straight backs.
Oh no. I will say I love the little bits of meaningful movement that they gave him.
I also like his styling. I think that jacket works really well for him.
No, I think the styling, I think he looks good. I do think that this is upbeat, but see this slow, long pan camera. The camera work is so lazy.
Yeah, we need more dynamic camera movements for sure.
We need them to be intentional. We've got all these slow drag camera angles, and it's just pulling the energy of this song down. Yeah, this song brings me so much joy, y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
I love it.
It's you and I gonna light up the room. Out of the embers, there's a fire burning for you. Man, y'all are vicious. This is bad on so many levels. It's not the worst that's hit the stage. Well, hold up. It's not the worst that will hit the stage tonight.
Germany's still there.
Oh no, my Peacock stream just paused. Oh, okay, it caught back up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Embers, you and I.
Also, I like the fact they're going with the red-green lighting instead of the bi-lighting. It's at least visually different compared to everyone else.
No, it does. And honestly, the staging is good. The camera work is awful, though.
Yeah.
The camera work is very old. You know, we need the quick, intentional camera. Everything is slow and sweeping.
Yeah, that's the problem the UK has.
Why?
Because the UK, I feel like when it comes to Eurovision, is still playing it like it's like 90, it's the 90s or the 2000s. And it's like this, the song-wise, we have an update. Like somebody had pointed out as well, I saw on Twitter, that the key that Love Shine a Light is in is the same as the key of Michael Rice's song. And it's like if you bleed them into each other, they go seamlessly together. It's like, ooh, no. So it's dated. You know what I mean? Like you're playing it like it's 20, well, more than 20 years ago now.
I have to say, though, I see a lot of last place comments, you know, referencing the UK. Mm-hmm. To me, I don't feel like the UK deserves to be last place this year. It's not the worst song. And this is honestly not the worst performance either that we're going to see tonight. So,
yeah. It's just, honestly, I would like to see, because the music-wise, we got to upgrade this year. The BBC, with their plan they did with BMG Music Group, fantastic idea. Let's keep that momentum with the music. Let's work on the camera angles and the staging next year.
I mean, yeah. Oh, we got Greece next. My girl, Stephania, my girl. My heart was born a radical.
I told you I found the fabric, right?
I never listened to the remedies. I need that fabric.
I need my outfit.
Holding on beyond the night for a shadow that feels right. Holding on beyond the night to you. Okay, y'all. She sounds amazing.
Yeah, she does, but we knew it.
Look at her winking. Girl, you better just sell it.
Oh yeah.
Dance. This, I mean, to me, just the best styling. And I even had some people coming in the comments that they didn't like it, and this is great.
I have a little nitpick with the styling, and that is that you can tell where the boot is over the cat suit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I just don't like that. I wish that scene wasn't there. But other than that, great styling.
Yeah. Well, they messed up the green screen a little bit. Looking for
Yeah.
signs of life tonight as we collide in black and white. Holding on beyond the night for a shadow that feels right. Oh, sorry. I'm really singing too. I love this song. I just want to say they gave her a whole bunch to do, and she is 18 years old, really making it through.
Yeah, and she's hitting every single note.
Yeah,
Like, no, she's doing a lot, but she sounds amazing. She looks amazing. Everything I have to say about this is so nitpicky. Like, I have nothing big. Like, the seam of the boot, nitpicky. I kind of wish they had a wind machine coming up from like the floor on her.
No, yeah,
But
normally
yeah, no.
that's, you really want your fans in the front. You know, you need the fans really low to the front, you know, to kind of create that like sort of
That lift, like she's flying.
that lift. Yeah. But
it's like, I
mean,
wish there was more wind machine, and I wish that you couldn't see the seam in the boot. Other than that, everything else is perfect. So I have nothing but nitpicky things about that one, and I'm not gonna.
No, I mean, look, I am nervous about where Greece will place just based off of past results.
Yeah.
But I think that Greece should be extremely proud of this package, because to me,
Yes.
this is a top 10 worthy package.
Yes,
Hands
agreed
down.
100% with that. I just feel like they're gonna come like between 11th and like 17th.
That's my fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Like, I
But maybe
feel like
some people, maybe the televote will resurrect it. So we'll see. Because I don't think the running order is bad either.
No, it's not. And like it's not only, it's such a jam-packed final. Also, I can see juries giving it love because it's very radio friendly. It sounds just like something off of Dua Lipa's last album. So yeah, like it 100%. Like I can see that doing well. But oh gosh, Switzerland, I'm ready for some art.
Switzerland, y'all. I'm yeah. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. The tears, John's tears. When I interviewed him, he said really his signature is the sound of his vocal. And I mean, it's just really the vocal of a choir boy. It's so choral, angelic, and beautiful, and well-preserved vocal. The thing I love about this song, there's this kind of dark undercurrent throughout, stirring.
I'm sorry, like it's so mesmerizing to me. I have trouble talking through it.
Also, when we talk about good camera work, this is artful camera work.
Yes, like it's a slow song, but the use of the camera keeps the momentum going. It's like
It creates
imagine,
tension. It creates tension and it keeps the song driving forward. The
yes,
UK,
like
and it's very intentional.
yes, exactly.
Yo, yo, I just want to tell people, if Switzerland wins, it would not be a mistake. It
No.
would not be a mistake. This is beautiful. This is how you take a song that is powerful and impactful and bring it to life on stage. Sasha should get all of her roses.
It's just the staging. It's like it makes me think of like Notet. It's like you've got this very artful song that you wouldn't expect to have movement and momentum with the camera, with the movements of the singer. And it's like it just all works together so well to make an absolutely gorgeous and just, oh, I love it. I'm sorry. It's so good. It's just absolutely amazing to like watch that full package. And if, you know, it might not be my favorite song, but his vocal is so good. That staging is so good. The full package is so good. I can't be angry if it wins. I absolutely cannot be angry about that.
I mean, you know, when people want to get on me and they're just like, oh, you're so picky. No one can be perfect. That was perfect. Don't
Yep,
my comments about people can't be perfect. That was perfect. Honestly, Arcade last year was perfect. Loki Soldi was perfect, even though I would have done some tweaks to the staging. You know, some small tweaks, not a lot, subtle things. All right, now we got Iceland. It's going to be a performance I think I've seen before. And I just want to say,
It's
like,
so good.
It sucks that they could not have this moment. They have waited even before this because they've competed in Sommerkämpfen before Dottie and
yeah, like what was it, 2017? That song was so good too, though. It was either 2017 or 2018. I love this full package though. Like the opening shot is just great. Everything about this is so quirky and fun. Like, how does this not make you smile? Like, if this doesn't make you smile, I don't want to talk to you. Sorry.
no, we can take it slow. To me, it's visually arresting. Sonically, it gives us variety. It takes us someplace, and it is so authentic. This is a quality Eurovision entry.
Yeah, and like the thing about this song is like it's a genre that is familiar. It's a disco song, but it's got that heavy synth element, which you don't hear like at least in the US. Like by the time white people killed disco here, you didn't really get a lot of synth in it. It was all strings mostly. And it's like you've gotten those elements, but it still feels fresh.
Not
and like,
when
oh, I
white
love this.
people killed disco.
You know that's what happened. They got angry and disco never really died, but people want to pretend it did.
Yeah, really, the whole disco sucks movement really was low-key racist, but you know.
Racist, homophobic, transphobic, let's keep going.
Yep.
Nope, it's like you took music that was popular amongst, you know, Black and Latino queer people and you trashed it when you no longer served your purpose.
I love the crowd giving it up via, I guess, the app.
I'm not
gonna lie,
the audience too.
I was gonna say, I feel like the crowd was still really loud during Malta.
Yeah.
Malta, Switzerland, sonically, to me, I feel like I heard the audience the most.
Yeah. Well, when I showed this to my sister, she said she didn't even realize there was an audience there. Because your eye stays on them the whole time, you know?
No, this is good.
Yeah.
They're
I love
gonna
the
get
ending.
They're gonna get some 12 points.
The ending is so good. They're gonna get more than some. Like, oh, that is so much fun. I absolutely love the ending. The ending is so good. It's got such a great sense of humor. It suits the song. Like, oh, so good. So much fun.
Look at James partying in the green room.
I swear, James probably he would probably throw a really good backyard barbecue.
Let me just tell you about how James is low-key my boyfriend.
Okay.
I love James Newman. I think that My Last Breath was actually going to do fairly
Better
well
than people
last year.
thought. Did you see the staging ideas they had? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, I think that, and I do feel like, with that not being like a bop, I think that James maybe would have been slightly more in his native comfort zone, just, as a singer-songwriter. But I mean, look, we got Spain next. Now, I will just tell y'all, I did go on record saying that Spain might be the bathroom break. But low-key, that's also because there's going to be a break after it. So you have a nice long break to not just go to the bathroom. Yeah. Go on and get a cocktail and get a drink. Yeah. Low-key, me too, because I know it's going to be over soon. It's crazy because Blas Canto is so amazing.
He's better than this song.
He's so much better than this song. And, everybody was talking about the UK being last, but
no, I think it's Spain.
I think it's Spain. I really
do. Say that, and my father was born there, okay? I can be a little biased against Spain sometimes.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be the UK. Even though I will say, to be fair, James's voice was not where it needed to be for the jury show. Blas, I've never heard a bum note from. Literally, I've never heard a bum note from him. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, Blas is better than this.
Oh, Lord, somebody said both are bad. Okay, 89 Lisboa, just go on. I'm saying, and people say that I'm mean. Y'all are savage.
I don't remember this song. Wait, there's a tempo change? I literally never remember this tempo change being there. It's the first time I've heard this.
Let me just say, okay, Yanis says Yanis likes the song, but then Ruth says it's just kind of boring. I mean, look, there's going to be a break after this, so if y'all really want to get up and get some snacks, get a refill on your drink, I just poured a drink.
I have
don't have any snacks right now.
What's it called? Oh my gosh.
Actually,
I got my White Claw.
I went to Shoppers this morning and I got some crab legs.
Ooh, yes.
Mm-hmm. I was like,
I'm ready for blue crab season now.
Crab legs through the jury sequence, maybe.
You sound like my sister now. She's always like, let's get some crab legs. I'm just ready for blue crab season. I prefer those over the snow crab legs. I want my full crab.
Look, y'all are not feeling Spain.
Okay, we've got some little ethno-nationalist fighting going on here. Let's not do that, guys.
Well, so Alesia, I'm worried all the stronger female bops being all close together. Oh, Azerbaijan will do better. Well, Azerbaijan was already going to do kind of well because they're really giving us the ethnic bop. That's that traditional doom tech, moment on the Eurovision stage. That moment where she does the before the Matahari is doing it. Mo said, so Germany won't be last. Okay. I've been telling y'all from jump, I don't think Germany's going to be last.
But they deserve to be last.
Because y'all love that stuff. It's not my thing, but y'all love it.
Can't stand it. It makes me violent. I hear Germany song.
Lord.
I'm just like,
oh my Lord.
I feel nothing but hate.
I literally heard isolated a couple of claps instead of the rousing. Oh my child.
That's because people in the audience are trying to get ahead of the snack line.
Baba thinks Germany is terrible. I'm telling y'all, George, I'm telling you, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I just like trashing Germany, let's be honest.
I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think there's gonna be some people who are like, oh, it's so joyful, it's so fun. Oh, it just makes me laugh. Because honestly, I will say it does make me laugh.
It feels like forced fun.
I just feel sorry. Hey.
Jendrik reminds me specifically of someone I went to high school with. Like, so much of him.
See, Tix reminds me of like the annoying guys that would quote South Park that I went to high school with.
Yeah, no, Jendrik reminds me very specifically of this Swedish guy I went to high school with.
Wait, I think she's actually on the pitch and key. Oh, wow. It's the first time I think I've heard her on the pitch and key do this live. Oh, I spoke too soon.
I was about to say, she started off good. Let's see if she can get back on there.
I mean, look, I love this song, but the vocal has not been doing it.
Your dog is vicious, Sarah Darklight. Oops. The studio version of Sugar is great. This, though,
The studio is amazing. Okay, Steph, see, you're part of the problem. You need to join the vocal police revolution. Sugar. Da-na-na-na-na.
The way she says diabetes, though, is so cute. Like, I can't. It's the most adorable pronunciation of that word I've ever heard.
But I will say she's selling it more than I have ever seen her sell it in the face. Oh, Lord,
Also,
girl, she forgot.
I love her hair. I'm not going to lie.
No, I love the whole Kylie aspect of this. I mean, they're doing Kylie hard with this.
Yes. It's so Kylie Minogue.
Oh, she dropped the mic. Ah!
Oh, no. Did she?
Yeah, it was funny, though. The dancer caught it.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Come over, I'm over doing without you. I mean, the thing is, though, this song is not that hard for her to be off key ever. And she's not dancing enough. Sugar.
It's like,
she didn't do the Europe come on thing.
Oh, you mean the only note she sang in tune on Thursday? Oh no, that was way too mean.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Didn't do it this time.
I say that I can't sing.
Just took a little piece to show how I was missing out. Compared to
I just wish this was more campy.
I mean, yeah, and the note is not even really that long. Oh, Lord, y'all really...
Oh, I mean, guys, I know I've said some mean things. It's like, honestly, I wish if the staging was more campy, I wouldn't care about the vocal at all. I really wouldn't.
I feel like because I would be like, they're just playing into it, giving us full on cheese and camp, and on a level, I'm like, I could be here for that.
It's what I like.
They went very Kylie Showgirl, which I love Kylie Showgirl, but I think that they would have solidified, a higher placing with the camp staging.
People like Moldova best when they go campy. I mean, like, I can't think of a single entry that wasn't totally campy as anything other than like Omi. But even Omi had the camp factor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh gosh, time for this mess. Ugh.
And I don't feel hate. I just feel sorry.
I just feel hate. I don't feel sorry. Okay, the staging is kind of fun.
I will just say I appreciate the styling. I appreciate the explosion of color. I think that this is one of those performances that when we do Eurovision recaps, it will pop up because it is just so fun.
I think.
I mean, people like this stuff. It does typically tend to do well. And I mean, again, just all the times that Germany has played it safe. Oh,
yeah, at least it's not safe. I have a thing about whistling. I have a thing about ukulele. Yeah. It's cute staging though.
Giannis says that he likes this, or she likes this more than Iceland. I don't know if I can endorse that statement, but that's what I'm saying. I think that there are a lot.
Do you see how Jendrik's necklace says annoying?
Yeah, I saw his post because so many people were calling him annoying in the comments. I will say this. I always kind of get annoyed when influencer people that are relatively big complain about the hate that they get. Because at the end of the day, it's like you are on TV talking to all these millions of people singing and performing and doing something that you love. Not a lot of people get the privilege to do that. So just be grateful that you're there and ignore all the haters, because that's all that they are, is haters. So who cares?
Yeah.
Like, why are you giving them
know.
a platform? Like, to me, that's so weird. Like, sometimes I even hesitate when I reply to negative comments, but most of the time I reply to the negative comments because it really doesn't take that much. And most of the time I'm just kind of like, free yourself. You don't have to be here.
Yeah.
You really don't. And if you're going to hate watch my channel, at least subscribe. You know?
Well,
so
I mean, it
also
gets you up in the algorithm, so they're really helping you out more than anything. If you're gonna leave it down, like if you don't like a video somebody puts up, just don't watch it.
Well, yeah,
period.
People don't realize that, like, to comment, if you don't like my content, don't come up in here and comment. You're really only helping me. And I do love the showmanship.
Yeah, I know that little break where he starts speaking in German is cute.
Yeah,
and the tapping,
like this is just fun and joyful.
I mean, I don't like the song, but the staging is nice and it works. Like, even though I cannot stand this as it sounds, I'm enjoying watching him, and he's having a good time. Yeah, Jendrik is better than Sisters. We're not going to talk about Sisters.
It's just so joyful. It's just joyful. Oh, Philip coming here with the piping hot tea. With the piping hot tea, but
I mean, he's 100% right.
Well, he's a musical theater performer, so
yeah. I feel like that's actually a good route to go for Eurovision. If you're in a country where it's kind of like people go, I don't know about this contest, going to your musical theater people instead to ask them, like, yeah. I saw some. Yeah.
Low key, though, I saw a comment that was like, oh wait, someone says, how long will the lines be open? I think they're open about like
an hour.
Yeah, well, it's not an hour, but it's like 30, 50. It's definitely like 15 to 20 minutes. I hesitate to say a whole half hour.
Well, I remember because I'm going by what I was listening in on the jury show, and I was watching someone stream, and I swear, like, it took about 2 hours for the songs to all finish, and then it was like almost an hour that the phone lines were open.
Put your middle fingers up, take a shot, going up and don't stop.
Do you anything from like Hot Topic around here? No, I don't. Not near me.
Logie, this is very emo Hot Topic. It's like the brand of rock music that's like Ashley Simpson.
Oh my God. It's not pop punk.
Yeah, I think someone in the comments just said 30 minutes. I think it's about like 20, 25 minutes. Like 30 max, but I think it's like 20, 25 minutes. That one guy is so thin in the legs. His little legs coming out of the long top. It's like every time I see his legs, I'm like, I love it.
Oh, come on. It takes me back to like 2008.
Like the
Everyone's in
leggings, yeah,
skinny
all
jeans.
the dudes, like the guys borrowing their girlfriend's pants. Oh my god.
Oh my god, the guy who used to his grandma lived next door to me, and he was in a little rock band and played the banjo. And every girl at my high school had a crush on him. I'm like, yeah, I live next door to his grandma. And then they'd come over and be like, what? Oh, my stream just stopped. Hold on.
I want to just say I'm really looking for a moment in the jury voting where Italy gives their 12 points to Finland and Finland gives their 12 points to Italy. Like I just feel like it needs to happen. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So we have a little bit of a break, which I think was gracious of them to do for Bulgaria after they, really killed them in the running order, I think, in the semi. Oop. Lily, I can't hear you.
Oh, what?
Oh, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. I'm like not in the best room in the house for Wi-Fi. Yeah, no. At least they're not harassing Graham Norton.
Hey, Tara girl. Hey, Aknik. Hey, Danny. Hey, Ruth. Hey, Henrique. I'm not gonna lie. I always kind of am curious about like what Graham Norton is doing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Zatar, do you think the placement of Bulgaria and Finland will hurt each other, or would it be opposite? I think that they both help. And also, no, thank you for watching, Zatar, and throwing some dollars my way. Honestly, all of those dollars are going to be going towards me paying contributors for writers who decide to work for EurovisionFam.com. And the only criteria to work for EurovisionFam.com, that's EurovisionFam, F-A-M, fam.com, is that you are from a country that does not participate in Eurovision. So this is going to be the space for our content creators, writers, enthusiasts, fans who are not from a participating country. Okay, plug done. But
you got to get that plug in. Go to the website, EurovisionFam.com.
Eurovision Fam
with an M at the end. M as in Mary.
FAM.com.
There you go.
Yes. But no, I actually think the placement of both of them is good. And I think the fact that they put this break in between helps. Because I do think that transition in the semifinal, where it was just Bulgaria into Finland, was low-key disrespectful.
It was so jarring.
It was low-key disrespectful. I would, if I was in the Bulgarian delegation, I'd be like, okay.
Well, I do like the fact you put the middle finger songs together. That was fun.
Yes. Which actually, I think that that's something that they've kind of been doing, because even with Finland, you know, growing up is getting old. And, well, you know, Finland, we don't want to grow up. And then Bulgaria, growing up is getting old. And then I think I had another comparison, you know, where Russia and Malta sort of are women's empowerment tracks
Yes.
to each other. So I did actually feel like, and then even with Albania, and sort of the ethnic feel into Israel that has ethnic elements, but then is still a little bit modern. So I kind of liked that transition. The Portugal-Serbia thing makes no sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking there. But I did like the UK-Greece transition.
Okay.
So yeah. Baba, you got it. EurovisionFam.com. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Perfect plug.
Yeah. Okay. Playing Tetris. Honestly, I really like her vocal. I just don't know if people at home are going to show this any love. That's
I love her
the only
voice.
detractor.
It's so soft, but still like it's soft, but it's not weak, if that makes sense. It's like a very soft, beautiful voice that she has. I also love her styling with like the kind of dressed down little painter's outfit and like the super glam nails and hair and makeup. I love that. And I swear, it sounds like there's like an ocean kind of going, like kind of water sounds in the very back of like the soundscape.
I love how people are like, "Oh, we can't hear you." I was like, "I'm not talking."
Yeah, no, same. It's so good. Like I don't want to talk to this.
I mean, honestly, I think she's been vocally perfect for the most part throughout the rehearsal season. I haven't heard a bum note, unlike some other young performers that have served us on the stage. Yeah, there weren't no bum notes.
Some young performers from neighboring countries.
I mean, here's the thing. We should have had a sun rising. That LED had a missed moment. We should have had the sun rising at the end of the performance. Man, somebody needs to give me money.
Stop handing out all these tips without getting your bank first. That was so sweet. I love that.
Look, I think that this song is good. It's quality. Juries are going to give it some love. Juries will be giving this some love.
Now here's,
but I'm not seeing it for that televote at home. I'm just not seeing it. And the televote is probably like, I'm not saying this in like an all-knowing way. The sense I'm getting is that people at home are just not into this. But we get that pop of color. We get the root coming up next.
Oh, I love the color, the use of color in this stage.
Yes. Ruth says the televote is ruthless. Look, I mean, that's the fact
But
that I think the televote is really going to be the deciders of, I mean, and ultimately in many ways they are, it's 50-50, but I think who the televote decides to put their weight on, I think is really going to create the contrast.
the other thing though is also the good thing with the televote is you can't vote against someone you don't like. At least you can only vote for who you like, you know?
Correct.
Aknix, I think the fact that the audience is quiet during slower songs isn't really necessarily bad. I think it's more or less like if a song's slowing more soft, you don't really want to interrupt that moment. Um, I I don't know because I feel like if it's something louder and rowdier, you can go crazy on it. Like at least when I go to concerts, usually during the slower songs, the audience tends to be more quiet anyways. Um, like yeah, like the last one I went to before COVID, when the singer got there and sang my favorite song of his, and it's a slow one, I was silent. I'm like, no, I gotta cry.
Yeah, I do think for our performers who were unable to perform last year, this is just even more impactful. Let's discotheque. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think after this song goes off, let's kind of talk about the songs that we're still thinking about, because I think that that's a good point.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's gonna give you a good idea of yeah. Yeah, this song was ready to go at the national final. All right, so we're thinking
Yeah, so
about
let's
who
talk
we're
about, so
thinking about.
who is still in your mind? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like Switzerland. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna look at my Switzerland, Malta.
Albania for me. I'm still thinking of Albania.
Oh, I'm like Hurricane.
Oh yes, 100% Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Iceland, like
Iceland wasn't top of mind, but I don't, you know, I don't forget. And I think also, you know, people are gonna vote off the replay too.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, I mean, Malta is still top of mind. I can see it visually, her face, the pink, the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Switzerland, I actually, my stomach dropped a little bit in a good way. Like I sort of
Yeah.
got like,
Like you're
like,
ooh.
oh yeah, that's right. Like just
Yeah.
thinking of that note. Ah, yeah. The note and just the way that they put that reverb on the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Yo.
Oh, Ukraine. Sorry. I love this
8
song
songs
so much.
left. 8 songs left, y'all. I'm not
All
ready.
right, guys.
I'm not ready for this
I
to be
know.
over.
No,
I'm not
nor
ready
am
for this
I.
to be over.
All right, I'm gonna go rave in the forest.
if Goe is not doing the soundtrack or featured on the soundtrack for a movie within the next 3 years, Hollywood has missed out, because this to me is like they're making another Mad Max. They're making another Mad Max.
Why is this not? Put it in it. Put it in it.
I'm telling
the
you,
music
I'm telling
video
you.
alone was Mad Max Ukrainian Forest.
Hello?
Come on, like, oh man, this is so good. Like, this is the one that my friend, she was on TikTok and someone had mentioned this, and she's like, "Why didn't you tell me this is in Eurovision this year?" I'm like, I didn't want to bother you. Get a VPN and download the app. Iceland can vote via the app. Turn your VPN to that. George Paul, I see your dad joke and I appreciate it. Yes, if Goa don't win, the juries can go away. It's like when Katarina's on stage, your eye just goes to her. You can't stop looking at her. She's so mesmerizing. It's amazing.
Yo, the green room is lit right now. The green room at Eurovision is lit.
Yes. This song, when I hear it, oh, it makes, you know that meme of the goth kids dancing under the bridge? I want to do that. Like, whenever I hear this song, those are the same moves I want to pull out. It's so good. So good. Like, everyone's, everyone has to stand to that. It's so good.
I reacted to this. This was one of the few countries that I reacted to this year, and I mean, like they have a new fan.
Yeah, no,
like they have a new fan.
They're so good. They are so good.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, to see the green room just lit up dancing to
like Lavinda all over again.
I mean, it's like the green room was on fire. You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, even though France is near the end of the show, I don't know if France is really served coming after Ukraine.
You're just mad at them still for Tom Lieb.
For the televote, I don't know if they're served by that. Parlez de moi. Everything is not fantastic, though. Everything is not fantastic. Did you just tune in?
I mean, I love this though. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna argue. I like, and the lyrics are so good too. Baba, the only issue I have with the styling is that black is such a hard color to match because there's so much inconsistencies with black dyes.
To me, that's the real travesty of this. It's like, it's France. Now, this is us nitpicking, but I will say I prefer the national selection styling at least for the matching. Well, just
like her pants are lighter than her top is, and I hate it. It's like it's so nitpicky, but it's like the one thing I don't like about the performance. Everything else is perfect. Oh. I love this part. It just makes me think of like the Black Swan. Like lyrically and the way that this part here is shot, it's so good.
To me, the magic in her is really her range as a performer. You know, she can do so much. I mean, her songwriting credits are so,
Oh yes.
you know,
Did she write?
vastly different. And
Did she write J'imagine?
and
Oh
I
yes.
think, you know, she's
Bim
just such a
bum.
creator, and that's why. I mean, to be honest, if France were to win, it would be deserved. It would make sense. It would be a rightful win. I mean, honestly, like this year, I mean, and this is rare. I have like 15 countries. I'm totally fine with them winning. I'm just like,
I
going,
would be
fine.
I would be so okay with like with France winning. Like I just even though whenever I hear the word voila, I think of getting yelled at by my my stepdad. Whenever you do something, he's like, voila, there it is. Why aren't you like oh man, it just makes me think of like messing up making
I don't
pastry.
see France getting the televote at all, though. Not this year. I think we've got Ireland. I think we've got San Marino. I think
Wait, Ireland?
at, wait.
Ireland, Iceland?
Oh wait, I said Ireland.
Yes.
Oh, Iceland. You know what I mean.
I know. It's like
Honestly, I don't feel Doom Tech vibes from this. It's to me, it's not iconic enough. Like Doom Tech is really like, you know,
Doom
when
Tech.
we do recaps of Eurovision, and you had like Doom Tech and Fuego, that makes sense. I don't think we're gonna have a whole bunch of like Matahari in the recaps in the future.
Yeah. No, Doom Tech is like maybe I'm biased because 2009 was my first year, but like that's a song that's a legendary at my household. I don't know. I think her enunciation is fine.
I mean, one thing I will say is Effendi, pitch perfect. No bum notes. No bum
Oh
notes.
yeah, no.
They don't happen. And I love the styling for all the dancers and her.
Mhm.
But this staging for Azerbaijan is lazy. They could have done more. We know what Azerbaijan can do. They could have done more with this.
It's like they didn't want to throw money at it like they usually do. Oh, agreed, Sen. Agreed.
I do think Effendi sells this though. And I was nervous
Yeah.
about her selling it. And she sells it with style and again, pitch perfect vocals. You
Mhm.
know, homegirl still can't really dance, but you know.
I mean, I can't talk, I can't dance, I can't sing, so but like with Effendi, I was concerned it was gonna be like an ISL situation again, but we don't have that. Like you can tell she's enjoying herself and she's there and she's serving, like she's giving what needs to be given to sell the song. See, I don't like the song, but that's a good performance. I can go, despite the fact that I don't enjoy the song, I can look at that and go, that is a solid performance.
I mean, I think that that's a fair concern, thinking that maybe Azerbaijan will do better than Serbia. I could see it happening. I could definitely see it happening. You know, and I will be fair, since she's pitch perfect, because she is just, she's not doing a lot of choreography. There's no reason to be off the pitch and key with what she's serving. But again, we have people doing less and not on the pitch and key. So I will just give her the props that she's doing it. I will just say that she's doing it. Just like, I mean, honestly, you know, all the tick stands want to like get on my case and everything. I have said that he sounds good. I've never said that he sounded bad. I didn't even say that the song was bad. I just said that there were better songs, stronger songs, more unique songs, you know, more like, modern songs. That's all.
The song sounds like it's from the 60s to me. I'm not saying it's like the production isn't from the 60s, but like the structure feels very like 60s to me.
Elsa, I would love to put your comment up here, but I can't have Backstreet and Ticks in the same sentence.
NSYNC. I'm personally more of a fan of NSYNC. We're gonna have to have an argument here again.
Well, I'm older.
True. I did see both live though.
A fallen angel. Ooh. Yeah, for all the tick stands. I mean, I even had some people telling me like, oh, you just don't like him. I don't know him. I'm just talking about the song, the staging, and comparing it to what else we have. I don't know him. I can't hate someone I don't know. I wouldn't talk about someone that I don't know like that. I'll talk about your song and the staging.
Yeah.
What about that?
And
honestly, the song is derivative. It's very The Reason, and The Reason is better, you know? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hear that. I hear that comparison. No, like singing The Reason,
you know, I found a reason for me to change who I used to be.
Yep.
A reason to yeah.
Yep, I hear it. I hear it. That was what, 2008?
Ooh.
I do like the song better in Norwegian though.
I actually thought that they should have kept it in Norwegian. And I think actually in this year's contest, it would have actually done well. Not being in English. I really do think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just like the way Norwegian sounds too. It's not Danish.
Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I think the televote will end up like, well,
I think to me, for some reason, when I think of Sweden, I think 18th place. I feel like Sweden's gonna have a rough time this year because look at what it's at in the running order. That's the sacrificial lamb.
No, but quiet as it's kept, it should be about that placing. Okay, Tix. Yeah, low key, it should. It honestly, it should really be in 20-something position. Just given the caliber of songs that we have, I think the way that people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this is so funny. So many people, I guess y'all didn't remember. Yeah, I found a reason for me to change
structure.
who I used to be. Oh, well, some of them notes. A reason to start and chord progressions.
Yep, the chord progression's the same, 100%.
And the reason is you. Yeah, and I prefer. Look, I love The Reason. That's why it's just, you know, that's why it's hard to have conversation with people who are stans.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to have an actual. It's like very difficult to have an actual intellectual conversation to dissect, because you can give them all the reasons why for you don't like the song as much, but then they go like, oh, you just don't like him. I don't know him to not.
Yeah, like I genuinely NWG, it's because Tix has Tourette's syndrome, and so it manifests itself in a lot of different ways. Most people think it's just like saying stuff, but it's also like like muscle control movements you can't control as well. Like I had a girl who sat behind me in my Japanese class with Tourette's, and she used to hit her head on the desk, and that was her tic. Like she couldn't control, like she would hit her head on the desk. It's just different people have different things. Oh God, the Netherlands is so good. Sorry, I got distracted by that.
I just want to say I love the way that they've decided to stage this. It's very unconventional and unexpected, but I think still tells the story of the song. Really artful.
It's so good. And I like that language from Suriname. It makes me think of like Guyana a bit too. It's similar to the way that sounds.
I also just want to highlight, hold on, I'm going to give it a minute.
Oh, so good.
Jingru is serving something that is rarely served on the Eurovision stage, and that is vocals better than the studio track.
Mm-hmm. Yes. This is so good.
You know my broco me.
The song is so, and it feels very of the zeitgeist. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is something where regardless of where you are in the world, you can be in any continent. And it just feels like it's something that we could all relate to. Like, it's so good. Oh, this is just, I've got goosebumps right now. I'm sorry. And when that like drum beat comes in, oh, it's so good.
Vocal perfection. Again, I'm telling y'all, when y'all hop in my comments and go, well, you're being too picky, no one can be perfect. Again, there are so many people who give me perfection. That's why I nitpick, because I know some folks can do it. I know that it's possible.
How do you not like just, oh, this is so, it's like it makes my, like I can feel it in my chest. Like it's just like this swell of like, this is art. Like it's so good. It's so, so good.
There was a comment earlier about will this kind of break the host country curse? In any year, I could see this being the year where juries might be a little bit more awake to the host country entry. For me, as much as I love the song, I've said this before, I don't need it in my top 10, but I would feel a way if this was in 20th something position. This year, with this body of music that we have.
Yeah. For me personally, I have this song like ranked number 3. It's like my 3rd favorite of the year. It's like, but I know that like with host countries, you're kind of struggling to get up there. But at the same time, like I appreciate the fact that the Netherlands gave us quality still. They didn't go, okay, we're going to just coast now. Like the song that we got last year from Jenggu was amazing too. Like that one I had ranked number 2 in my ranking for all the songs of the year. And this year he's like my number 3. It's so good. It doesn't feel like they're trying to just rest. And if it comes like lower than 15th, I think I might be a little upset. I'm not going to lie. Oh, Italy. Sorry.
Don't mind me. I'll just be rocking out for the next 3 minutes. this is one thing that might be like just a secret whisper, hope, and dream. But imagine if this won. We could get a Eurovision where actually band members could possibly play their instruments live on stage.
Oh, well, the problem with that is sound check, you know? But, oh.
If they can't get it together for the Eurovision Song Contest to like have acts perform, then you don't deserve to be putting on a music show, low-key.
Yeah.
I mean, and like, let's be real. How many acts are really about to be like playing their own instruments on stage?
True. It's like if you only got like 2 or 3 acts, like you guys, you can sound check that. So good. You know what? Let's get more men in heels. If you're self-conscious about your height and you're a dude, get some heels. Just wear them. It's a good look. It makes your legs look longer. It makes you look taller. Embrace the heel, boys. That's a good ending shot. That's a great ending shot there. The opening shot is strong. The ending shot is strong. In between, though, there are some bits where I'm like, oh, we're kind of like wandering around a little aimlessly, but.
Look, y'all.
Yeah. No, I mean, like,
I need to see these jury scores, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have drank tequila. I was able to keep it. Maybe I was able to keep it together in drinking the tequila because I wasn't looking at any scores on the semifinal night.
Side note: I love how all the nail polish bottles and these postcards have been Essie. It's like they're low key advertising for Essie. It's like, ooh, that's an Essie bottle. I
will just say that my nails are Essie.
I have
my toes too.
Some like off-brand gel. I don't have any nail polish on now, but
okay, let's see what Sweden is talking about.
Okay.
Well, you know, I actually wrote in my this is so bad. I don't know. I'm just like, are people I think that this is the type of music that a lot of people expect to see on the Eurovision stage, and so their appetite is ready to consume it.
Yeah. I will say this, I might not be big on the song, but Tusay is so beautiful. Like, just his face is just absolutely gorgeous. Nah, he's been the best dressed person all period. Best dressed is Tusay by far.
For all the people saying you don't know if Italy will win, do you want Italy to win? Because guess what? It will if you maybe pick up the phone and call. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Tusay should come back in a couple of more years with a better song.
There's fire in the rain, and I can feel your pain. I'm singing about nothing, no meaning. Loki.
It's a Swedish pop song. But hey, they got your man from SV. They got your man back. They're dancing.
Well, the thing is, this is just very like Russia's phase of sending like message songs. Are we now getting into like the Swedish phase of message songs, perhaps?
I mean,
get out. Can you hear a million voices?
Why was there fire in the rain when Adele sang about it?
In the rain.
It's an overused metaphor in pop music.
We got a million choices. I mean, it's very rhymey, sing-songy.
It's like someone busted out their thesaurus.
Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? This is
Yeah,
my favorite shot.
yes,
Favorite shot ever.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah. Ziza Tara, he does sound much better tonight than he did in the semi.
Well, wait, but he was always fine in the beginning. It was to the end where it would begin to fall apart. In rain, and all we got a billion choices. So go get out and let it rain. Can you hear that?
Yeah, like the UK saw that it is the kind of song the UK would sing. Who wrote this? Let me look up who was the songwriter
It
on
was
that
on
one.
it's the Debs.
Oh,
But
that
that's another
explains
reason.
why.
That's another reason too, because it's like the Debs, you gave us statements. A message song with so much depth and just
Ooh,
layers.
Statements was good.
Yeah. And then we get this. That's why it's like when people be talking about like I'm coming for people or I'm being biased, I'm like, I know who wrote these things. I know what they're capable of. I know what they're capable of.
Yes.
And if I feel like they could do better, like why would I not say that? That would be a disservice to you if I didn't.
Yeah.
Look, and low key, I mean, I'm telling you, San Marino might
Sweden
win the
needs a
contest.
wake-up call. I'm sorry, I'm commenting on that one you just highlighted by Dinko D. Sweden needs a wake-up call. Honestly, it happened in 2010 after they didn't qualify. They got that wake-up call. I don't know if it's going to happen now that Bjorkman's gone. He's off in America doing his thing, but Sweden needs a wake-up call.
Well, low-key, I like you. Yeah, I like you too. You's better than Voices. Okay, San Marino about to win the televote. Or Iceland. I'm burning up with affliction. Give me your full attention. I want you to tend my fire now. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Don't allow your eyes on me. It's like my body's yours only. So baby, don't leave me lonely now. Can we just talk about the moisture and like facial care regimen that Cenit must have? Because girl.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
It's just she wins a televote for Hair Alone. I love her. Yes, and it's the one who brings wine coolers for the kids because she thinks it's funny.
Oh, we're like fire gasoline. Come and light it up with me. So high on adrenaline. You're my adrenalina. Just one touch and I'll ignite. I'm a flame, I'm dynamite. The appeal of this song over the bulk of the bops that we have this year is it's so instant. The first time I heard it, I could sing along to it. And that's a very difficult thing to do. America! Hey, 911, which you dropped on the floor. And history has just been made because the best rap verse in English to ever hit the Eurovision stage is happening as I speak. History is being made by a dude from Florida.
And it has to be Florida. It took me like 10 years to realize Florida was Florida.
Adrenalina. I love the fact the green room is getting it popping for this. Yo, Lily, I'm not even gonna lie. My energy is dropping a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Because the show is over, basically.
I know, and now we have to sit through these intervals, and I'm just like, oh, but the worst, I just thought of the voting sequence, and now I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm getting very like, oh God, we're gonna have voting later. I'm a strong believer, but Eurovision season only ends if you let it end. All right.
I mean,
If you're somewhere that can vote, Elsa, go ahead. Pick up
okay,
your
so
phone.
who is my winner? Okay. Do you have a winner? I mean, I think I still have the same favorites. And yeah, Sergio says like we already have the winner, we just don't know who yet. In theory, we kind of do. That's the crazy thing.
I mean, if we're going off my personal taste, Iceland. I really liked everything about Iceland's staging. I absolutely love the song. It's quirky. It's something that I can see myself wanting to listen to more of. Also, even though it was nowhere near my top 10 coming into the contest, Portugal's really gone up a lot for me as well. Like Portugal, when I redo my top 10, I redo my like full listing, I can see Portugal going up like to probably in my 10. But at this point, with the whole show, I'm thinking it's between like Iceland, Switzerland, France, and Malta for me as my winner. I can't. Like, they're just all so different, but they're all just so good.
For me, okay. I love that part. Angela's such a vocalist. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I'm kind of listening to this recap real quick because some people are talking about Eden's vocal. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, it's a B6. Somebody. That's the note she hit was a B6.
My winners for tonight.
Look at all those Heinekens.
So I'm gonna just say this. Okay, Belgium should finish top 10.
Yeah,
it should finish top 10. Russia might come top 5. Malta's still up there.
And you know what?
Malta is still up there for me. Switzerland. Oh, he just hit it. He hit it so competently today. And then I think Iceland not being there in person. And it also feels weird for me because then I'm literally watching like the same performance that we've seen now like 3 times. Well, more than 3 times because I've watched like the jury show and stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, with Iceland, I feel like I almost can't even really judge it because it's like, you know, it's just difficult because it's like the same performance. And I just so wonder what the vibe would have been like with them in the building and how that would have come forward on the screen. You know, honestly, then when I come to the second half of the show, to me, of the second half, I still, you know, obviously I love Ukraine. I still love Ukraine. But where I got winner vibes of like, and when I think winner vibes, I think about that like replay image that after they win, and then like what shows up on the CNN shows. Like that's what I'm thinking, like that thing that they'll play.
Yeah.
I just so see it for Italy. I just see that clip and the conversations that will come after it. I just see, I really do see that still in this whole I mean, honestly, in this whole second half. And now look, I love Ukraine.
Yeah.
Love Ukraine.
I'm sorry, they look like they're having fun.
If it was based off of my playlist, Ukraine would be my winner because I have listened to that song the most. But honestly, when I look at the first half, I'm actually kind of like, I think the first half was actually pretty good with, you know, Switzerland, Iceland, and Malta. But
I'm thinking the winner might come from the first half.
But I'm not gonna lie, when I look at this first half, the one that's really screaming to me is Malta, and then probably like very close Switzerland. Yeah, I don't know why. And then looking at this list here, where I just go like, okay, Moldova, Germany, Finland, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Ukraine, France, Azerbaijan, Norway, Netherlands, Italy, Sweden, San Marino. I'm like, Italy. It just. And I mean, I already liked the song, but I would say early in the, I mean, I've always said that they could win. And I've always said that Iceland could win. I said that France had winner potential, but I was nervous just about people at home with it.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern with France too. It's like, I don't know if I feel like I'm thinking it's gonna be another split decision this year where
someone said y'all be sleeping on France. See, it's not about me sleeping on it. Is Europe gonna sleep on it? That's my question.
Oh no, if it was up to me, France would be like,
yeah, no, it's not. It's not me.
France would be coming like 5th place at the lowest if it were up to me.
To me, the issue with France isn't us. To me, the issue is I don't know if people at home are really gonna be feeling it. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it coming after Ukraine was smart. I wouldn't have done that. I don't know why they did that.
It was such a like.
We're thinking the juxtaposition would be good. To me, this was not a good juxtaposition at all. I wouldn't have done it. But I don't know. I just feel like juries tend to play the big five as a whole.
Yeah, like they're bitter.
Yeah, I just feel like the juries tend to judge them. Well, they tend to judge them harder.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's because because how did Germany win in 2010? I don't mean it like how did Germany win in 2010 isn't a bad thing. I mean, like, you have to think of like what was around it. But I don't know, Germany feels like it always struggles.
But the thing about Germany's win, though, it was so current. And she was all alone and a young girl on stage. By herself, really selling it independently. And I think there was something very endearing about what Lena was doing.
Yeah. She's got, and like her personality really shined through in that song too.
Here's the thing. I have said from jump with Cyprus that to me with Cyprus, if we're talking about having a 2011 year, I think Cyprus is in the running.
And it would be a better winner than 2011, let's be honest. No, when it comes to Cyprus, the lyrics to me are so bad. I cannot allow that. Like, I cannot put my support behind that song winning. Because I hear like taco tamale. Yeah, that's my mood. And I'm like, are we really doing that now? Yeah, Italy was good. You know, I loved it. It was solid. Yeah. See, that would be kind of like, I can see like the juries, but at the same time, I feel like the juries won't do Italy too dirty this year. We'll have to
I don't know if that's the tea or if that's just the truth at this point. I mean, because we can look at the numbers and I mean, I think the televote has gotten it more right than wrong since, definitely of the last.
But I'm also one of those people who I remember, like, if you go back and you watch the shows when there was no jury, the quality of song went down. Like, the song quality definitely went down during the 2000s, and that's why you need to have the jury there. Maybe have the jury only count for 25% or something, but we need the jury because we cannot do another Dima Bilan-esque win. Like, that's just not okay. Yeah, I mean, last time Italy won, I wasn't even conceived yet, let's be honest. What is this? Y'all are really that amazed by a tram? Or what is it called? A monorail? I don't know what those are called. A light rail, that's what that is. I'm sorry, I got distracted by this weird interval act. I'm like, what is happening here?
Look, I'm not going to lie. I might have been a little bit of like an Afrojack fan. I went through my whole like Vegas EDM music phase, like when EDM was having like its whole like kind of, I would say, revolution or really resurgence in the charts, and then like the advent of making Vegas happen again off the backs of having like big DJ acts and whatnot. So Afrojack was part of that, and Avicii, Lighter.
Yeah. Well, like my sister, she never really stopped the EDM thing. So like I hear EDM music, and she goes to like raves and stuff still. But like you should go to, they have like one in Virginia Beach every year that she goes to.
Well, that one's new. That's something. You mean something in the water?
Oh no, maybe it's not in Virginia Beach because she's been going to it for like 10 years now. Maybe it's like it's somewhere down there in that like triangle of Navy bases. I'm just like,
does the current format favor the Nordics? I mean,
no.
still the same allocation of like votes and stuff like that. It's not like we're doing the age bracket voting, which I hope that never hits.
God,
Eurovision.
If that ever happens,
or like, please don't ever let that happen. Awful.
If you don't let the Swedes do it. It wouldn't shock me if they kept the backing vocals being allowed to be on tape thing, though. All right, let's dance. Thank you for supporting France.
I'm 10 feet tall. Let's dance. Oh, let's dance. A rockin' romance.
They just make it a like last dance.
Save
in the back of there. Yes, LOD, vote for Ukraine. Good taste.
I mean, look, I would not.
Thank you. Let's dance.
I would not be mad at Ukraine when. But well, the only thing is, I don't know if I really want to go to Kiev. And I think they still owe money off of like 2017, Quiet as It's Kept, right? Don't they still owe money off of that? I don't think that ever got sorted out. Shout it out. But I will say, I thought that this was a little bit weird because this is not Afrojack's song.
No, like, it's David Guetta, right?
Well, right, yeah, but he had.
Oh no, this is Germany's song from 2017.
No, it's not. Oh wait, right? The perfect.
Sorry.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about Cascade.
Oh heck no.
Like, but Afrojack.
I know Cascade.
I don't know why he didn't just do his tracks. Like, why are you doing a David Guetta song?
I mean. Yeah, you could have sang a Dutch song. I don't know any Dutch songs off the top of my head besides like Banga Boys, and those are highly annoying. I think that's Glennis something.
Yeah, they put her on Twitter. They highlighted her and added her. I mean, phenomenal vocal, but she could have sang like a Dutch song. Like they could have done Afrojack. I mean, Afrojack has come out with singles. I don't understand why they didn't just do that.
This is them trying to convince the French to vote for the Netherlands. They're like, ooh, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
Go on. Yeah, the people who are talking about how this rendition was weak is stronger than what Sia was delivering. No shade. You know, I mean, but Sia wasn't hitting these notes.
I prefer Sia's music before she got popular outside of like the weird indie scene.
You know, I love that one song. You changed for the better. Oh yeah.
I'm looking. Guess what's trending number 2 in the US on Twitter?
Eurovision?
Yep.
Well, Eurovision, this is the crazy thing. It always trends in the US. People always talk about like, oh, we're really doing it. Like, it always trends in the US. It always trends.
Well, I remember back when I used to do Eurovision with I used to do Eurovision with a group of people. When we used to do that, it was always funny because like on Tumblr, for example, people are like, what the heck is going on in Europe right now? And you just have to kind of explain to them, oh, they're having a party and you're not invited. Yeah, Florida is trending, which is hilarious to me. You know, I do like about Israel's performance is the use of like Afrofuturism in her costuming. It's just, that's a trend I like. I'm happy it kind of came back. Yeah.
And see, I think that that's why because y'all know I'm picky.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like,
oh, my stream just died.
I just wouldn't change anything about like their staging, you know, whereas other ones I could kind of pick a little bit.
Sorry, I'm putting my glasses on so I can read the chat again. I don't need no more recaps.
Side. Okay, during this recap, I think I'm gonna get a refill on my drink.
Okay, I'll hold down the chat or the stream. Yeah, Ruth, I can't stand it when like they compare Eurovision to like Idol or anything because it's completely different. Number one, I can't stand to watch like people butcher cover songs. Like I can't do Idol. It's like, honey, you don't sing the song for a reason professionally. Let's see here. Okay, top 5 from Kim Lambert. Yeah, France, Italy, Malta, Portugal, Iceland are all up there for me too. Dan Nixon, bottom 3. I want to say Germany for me personally. If this is personal, I'm putting Germany, Spain down there, and also probably Moldova as well. Okay, 10 Shmabi with 10 votes for Ukraine, 8 for Switzerland, and 2 for San Marino. Yes, have fun. Have a good time with that one. My top 10, I haven't gone through my top 10 since it started, was at Mertkinson. I haven't done my top 10 since rehearsals, but I have my top 10 before rehearsals. And it was, let me pull it up here. And I have to pull it up on my phone. Where did I put it? Okay, here it is. My top 10 before rehearsals was Italy in 10th, Ireland in 9th, the UK in 8th, France in 7th, Ukraine was my number 6, my number 5 was Russia, my number 4 was the Czech Republic, my number 3 was the Netherlands, my number 2 was Iceland, and my number 1 was Malta. I think Lithuania, for some reason, like the number 8 through 11 is what I'm thinking Lithuania will come with MB. Yeah, I can't support an Azerbaijani win again. Well, Earth Mom 4, the American version of Eurovision is probably going to be like American Melody Festivalen. Krista Bjorkman is working on it, and it's very heavily done by the Swedes. So it's going to probably be more like Melody Festivalen than Eurovision. Hello, Andreas Bredal. Yeah. Yeah, if the Netherlands gets below 20th, Ruth, if the Netherlands gets below 20th, I think I'm going to probably have a little riot. You know what, Shmabi? I'm okay with that too. Like, for me personally, I was supposed to move to Germany a long time ago as a child. It didn't happen. And so for me, like, Germany is kind of like my secret little maybe home country in Europe. And if Germany got 0 points, I mean, I would be okay with that. For me, Israel, before the contest, Israel was my number 11 Chenyaria. I do like Italy's song Baris Kamert. I have Italy as my number 10 before the contest. And right now, Italy's probably my top 5. Like, I mean, I'd have to kind of redo everything. I have to kind of sit down and go through my things after staging. But like, if we're talking about music I listen to outside of Eurovision, Italy probably fits into that slot the most. I listen to a lot of rock music that's not in English. It's just kind of my personal thing. The Netherlands was number 23, Elodie. Yes, random stuff. Let's get Alesia and Hurricane, please.
That cocktail I just made myself is a hurricane. Oh my God.
Woo! Is it strong?
Wow.
Here's some tips on how to.
The only thing I have some more White Claws.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna need to let the ice melt a little bit on that one.
Oh yeah.
Lord. I have to tell y'all, so this is getting
I just
real.
saw
y'all.
Yohio. I'm sorry. Yohio is like my favorite Swedish artist who didn't make it to Eurovision but competed in Melody Festivalen.
Yes, the votes are coming in right now.
Yes.
It's happening. And I just want to take a minute right now before we get into the voting sequence and everything, just to say thank you to everyone. I want to say thank you to Lily for joining me. Hopefully this is not going to be the last time.
Oh no, thank you for having me.
And hear her voice. I have plans for Lily. She don't even know it yet. She don't even know it yet. But I just want to say, yeah, thank y'all so much. I mean, we've really been, it's been an interesting 2 years, you know, especially last year, sort of this gap where it was like, okay, we don't have any scores to go off of. I think that's also contributing to where folks are so like, where will the televote be? Because it's not like we have numbers from last year to really go off of. And the world is so different from where it was in 2019. So I think that also lends itself to being even more unpredictable of what we might see.
You know how a lot of people say the previous winner tends to influence who or what songs people send the following year? I think this year, if we're going to go off of who's influenced the contest the most, I might even say, I dare to say it's Iceland.
Well, it is.
Because a lot of more people have brought 80s throwbacks.
Yeah.
And the staging's very 80s throwback. So it's like, I feel like, yeah, like a lot of people kind of went, let's do 80s throwback. But I'm going to go ahead and I'll be right back. I'm going to just pop off for a second to go ahead and get my own refills and things. So I'm going to go ahead here and hide myself for a little bit. One moment.
Oh my Lord, I've been muted this whole time. Lord. Sorry, y'all. Well, here we go. Let's do it again. Okay, so and actually I was thinking about putting a banner up anyway. Okay. So, okay, so I'm back. Y'all can hear me now, right? All right, so I'm going to tell you, I guess, where the jury will, I think, land. Because I think after this past year, we haven't gotten any scores. We haven't got any numbers. And right now, the big moment is the fact that we basically are going to finally have some numbers that we've been waiting for so long. And I'm really curious to see where the juries decide to put all their weight behind. So I want to kick off and start off by saying kind of where I think the juries will sort of be spreading their love and sort of talking about like what I potentially could see as that top 5. I think Belgium is going to be in there for some juries. I think that it should be. I think that this is an adult quality performance delivered so competently and easily on stage. You know, there's an ease about the performance. It doesn't feel labored. It doesn't feel like all this work has gone into it. If you watch like Project Runway or shows like that, where sometimes people be like, it's a beautiful gown, but it's so, it's like it looks labored. It looks like you put so much work into it. And I feel like with Belgium's performance, it just feels ease. The other country I think is Malta. I've said all along this season that I feel like Malta could win the jury. And honestly, I still feel like Malta could win the jury. Now, this might not be the Eurovision backstory contest, but I have always said it doesn't hurt to have a good, strong backstory. And I think not only is the song of quality, current, radio friendly, I think the staging is fresh, it pops. I think she is the right messenger for this type of song. And she really does sell it. And I would also say, again, when you hear her sing, it doesn't feel forced. There's an ease at which Destiny even delivers the song. It's like she just throws away these notes and she's hitting it. Next up, I would say is, let's go in order. Switzerland. This is art. To me, you cannot deny the quality of Switzerland. And the challenge with Eurovision is it is 50% the song and the studio track. You know, that's half the battle. The other side of that battle is how you then translate that performance on the stage. And when we look at Switzerland, to me, not only have they elevated, they've also done the hard task of sort of telling the story of the song. And with the song that's in French, and you know, not everyone speaks French, I think you still can visually see it and get what we're kind of going through. Something that is together, that is then being broken down, and then we are left sort of with this solitude. But then the hope of that solitude is what you can build next and what is to come. Carlos, I'm going to get to that question, but I want to just finish up on the jury songs. So I said Switzerland, Iceland. There are going to be a lot of jurors who are probably going to be on the jury last year who know Dottie. You know, he has become a huge star internationally and definitely on the continent of Europe. And I don't think people will forget that. This is, again, another instance where we have a singer-songwriter. Same thing with Switzerland, a singer-songwriter where they're bringing something to life and telling a story on stage that is so authentic to them. You know, the performance might be kitsch, it might be a little bit camp, but there's nothing jokey about it. And I do ultimately feel like this is just a good quality entry. Next up, I'm going to talk about France. And again, I'm just focusing on the countries that I think we will see at the top of the jury scores repeatedly. France. If there is a jury that isn't giving France any points, I would love for y'all to point it out in the comments. Because to not have France in the top 10, well, not the top 10 even, really the top 5 of your jury scores, to me, is fishy. It's weird. It's weird. And we should investigate. Yeah, that's weird to me. And we should look into that. So moving on. Next up, I would say Italy. I'm taking a moment to pause because the tequila was probably not a good idea. I am so sick of these juries playing not only Italy, but rock music. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing it happen. I don't want to be delusional, and I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't. I can't get my hopes up, you know? But this year is a new year, and the juries have, you know, really one job to do. And real talk is just like, don't fuck it up. Okay? Just, you know, be jurors, be professional media, music professionals. And now we got Italy on the screen again, and we got Blind Channel. Like, just don't mess it up. So those are the countries that I think we're going to see at the top. I'll do honorable mention. Sweden's probably going to be there because I do think that there's something about this package. And I think some people misunderstand when I have been critical of Sweden. I've been critical of Tussauds vocal because I want him to have that vocal for years to come. I want him to have a career because to me, the next song we see him deliver at Melody Festivalen, I think could be really dope. Because to me, I think it'll be a little bit rocky. I think it'll be a little bit funky. And I want him to be around for that to sell it. Truly, I want his vocal to be there. But I do think that there's something about Sweden's entry that people at home, they're not going to forget it. It's catchy. A million voices. You know, it's catchy. And I'm going to leave it at that for where I think the juries will kind of go. I think that we'll see the most at the top of the juries. Oh, I don't want to leave out Russia. I actually think Russia could finish top 5 with the juries. They tend to not like anything that feels a little bit urban. Yeah. Oh, Louise did the research. Afrojack co-wrote and produced Titanium with David Guetta. I'm glad you did the research. That's why I do these lives, because we have conversations, y'all. We have conversations. I don't think Afrojack got a credit though on it. I mean, he might have gotten a credit in the, you know, CD sleeve. But I don't think he had the credit. So I like that. Actually, I like taking that moment. Rick Hunter, who had the best camera work of the night? Switzerland. Switzerland is what I would say. Switzerland is what I would say. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to bring Lily back to the stage. All right. And now is the moment where we can, I think you're on mute. Oh, yeah. Yes, I hear. Now you want to take a moment to talk about where we think the televote is going to put their weight. I think I've talked about this ad nauseum. Hold on, let me just highlight Joe. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, honestly. And you know what? I think for my sanity, I need to work with someone's delegation.
Yeah, you'd be fixing like staging.
I've got ideas because honestly, at the end of the day, I want everyone to do their best. I live for this. The fact that there are like 10 to 15 countries that I really feel like did it up on the stage, did it right, sang their songs competently and really delivered. To me, this is great. This is what I want. I want to sit here and go, who knows who's going to win? And honestly, not just who knows, but also like, and I'm cool with multiple countries winning. That's what I want. And honestly, if Ireland would have me, I would gladly go. All right. But yeah, let's talk about the televote.
Ireland, get them together. Honestly, televote wise, San Marino is going to be way up there. San Marino could very well be a televote winner.
Oh yes. Yes.
San Marino is going to be top 3 in the televote period. I feel like Ukraine can be pretty up there in the televote because Ukraine's doing really well on Spotify. If you look at the viral charts on Spotify, they are easily the highest ranked out of all of the countries competing. I mean, like, I feel like whatever winner we're going to get, it's going to be someone who's like number 3 or 4 it's such an open year that someone who's like 3 or 4 with the juries and is also like 3 or 4 with the televote could very well be the one that takes it. So televote though, San Marino screams at me. Not Ireland. Wow. I just said it too. Iceland screams at me, and so does Ukraine. And Italy, of course.
I appreciate you. Let's dance. Let's dance. Let's dance. So the EBU has literally flagged me before. It's so funny because I think what happens is if you're like a big enough channel, then they won't flag you.
Yeah.
They won't flag you. Because someone was like asking if I was going to show the results. I was able to do it with Melfest. SVT was like, you're good to go for the results. You know, we had like a panel of 3 of us, so I was able to show it there. But for the EBU, so I feel like the big enough channels, it's like, oh, they go, it's totally fine. And then for the channels with like 10,000 subscribers, unless it's like, well, not that many people are watching the video anyway, so it's all good. You can do it. But then I'm like right in the middle, and so they'll come for me, and so I'm not trying to have them come for me.
Yeah.
But I honestly, if it doesn't slow down my processing too much, because I do have the stream on my TV, I might be able to pull it over and at least share the screen so we can kind of follow along with the points together. So I will try to pull that in. So yeah. You know, it's just honestly, as much as like I wanted Grande Amore to win and Italy to win.
That was my dad's winner that year too.
I will say, I do think Heroes holds up as a Eurovision winning song. I will say that.
I think for me,
so much, Rick. Thank you.
I actually started to like Heroes more like 2 or 3 years later. Like I like it a lot more now than I did in 2015.
I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I cried when Mons won because I truly didn't think, and I remember I like texted Ace Wilder, and I was like, oh my gosh, it happened. Because one, I was like happy because I have so many friends in Sweden and I just love going to Sweden. But also because I was like, I just did not believe that it would be possible to like go back to Sweden so soon.
Oh yeah, no.
I didn't think it would be possible. So yeah.
Yeah. Andres Bradal was like, what was our reaction to Moldova's mic incident? I didn't even notice it. It was smooth.
Well, I noticed it because she was sort of like, and then the dancer was like, but luckily we didn't hear like too much of a sound and everything.
Yeah. It's not like if you watch
professional.
Sorry, I'm looking at Ding a Dong now and I'm like, oh, I have a theory about this.
Someone
song.
was like, Andrew Johnson, casually, I texted Ace. That's my home girl.
I'm jealous. I love her.
Yeah, I do think that Heroes has held up.
It's aged well. It's it's probably for me the winner that's aged the worst is Toy. Like in recent years, just because it's like it's so of its time. It doesn't have like but it's not like it's a bad song. It's like give it another 10 years, I'll come around on it again.
Yeah, so just FYI, I am gonna throw up the I'm gonna attempt to throw up the screen. And we'll see. I mean, I think we'll be talking, so I won't have the sound coming through. So hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully
they won't. It's a long stream.
Your least favorite winner?
Hopefully they won't catch it. I like Sandra Kim's voice more now as an adult than I did when she was 13 and 1. It's just very. I mean, the song itself is fine. It's just I didn't like her voice when she was younger because it was so like my own voice, I think. So I'm like extra hypercritical of it. It's like I know what I sound like, guys.
Yeah, we sort of talked about this in the pre-show, but yeah, do you wish the votes were read out the old school way? And I think my only negative is I wish that what happened was, okay, fine, we get the winner. And as the winner is going to the stage, we don't have to have the camera on them freaking out going to the stage. We then take that moment to go, and we just want to give a shout out and then hand over somebody's flowers to the person who won the televote. I think that wouldn't take a lot of time, and I think it would be a nice seamless transition, and it would give us an opportunity to physically hand over those roses to the televote winner, which I do think is.
It would be. It's nice to highlight that person too, because it's like with the way the votes are given, you're focused so much on who's getting their 12 points from the jury, and not enough on who's getting their votes from the televote. So I'm sorry, the Troubadour is my favorite winner from 1969. It's just it's such a great
Oh,
song.
Andrew, you will still see my face. We'll just be over on the side. So you'll
Yeah.
see the screen and you will still see my face.
I do like how they have Lenny kind of in a dress that's similar to what it harkens back to what she wore when she won.
Yeah.
I do really like that. I also just really love this song. I'm sorry. In
I
the
think they would
60s,
just
we had.
they actually said what they would do for Iceland. They'll get to share some words. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they got like a little setup to perform. I mean, look, Iceland could still win it, y'all.
Yeah.
Iceland could still
Honestly,
win.
here's the thing. When the replacement Jan Ola comes on, they already know who won. So if Iceland won, theoretically, they could have that trophy in a car on their way to Iceland's hotel room.
Yeah, no. Hold up. Alesia, how does this song contest rank among recent contests? I'm not gonna lie. I do think 2016 might still have the edge of like kind of best grand final holistic performance for me, and I will tell you why.
Is her name Petra?
Well, no, the interval acts. Because actually, I think
Okay.
the hosting was good here. I do think if we didn't have Jan and we had more of Nikki in this one, I would feel more challenged with that. Because I do think that the semifinals were really good and we got more Nikki.
Yeah.
In the semifinals. So I think Nikki really carried.
Yeah.
this.
No, Nikki's great. Like she's seriously great. I mean, I've been subscribed to her YouTube channel for like forever, so
I will just say
I'm gonna
that
be a little biased.
I don't think that Lordy is in the building, but I did say in my head that Lordy handing over the trophy to Italy because Duncan can't be there to hand over the trophy.
That would be
here
hilarious.
for that moment. Okay, I
Oh,
would
it'd
be
be so
here for
good,
the
though.
moment of Mr. Lordy because they recorded all of this ahead of time. So I
Yeah.
don't think these folks are in the building. Mr. Lordy might even be in Finland. But
Yeah.
I have to say though, when Blind Channel first hit, and I was kind of like, because at the time I was like, ooh, this could win, before we kind of got all the songs. The benefit of Finland winning, because Finland is one of my countries that if it won, I would be happy. That
Finland is a
intro,
good trip.
The show that Finland put on was a great Eurovision show. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Finland doesn't play. Like goodness.
Yeah.
Like Finland does
the
not play at
people who
all.
put the money on now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of. Oh my God,
I'm getting a little nervous.
I just got nervous. Okay, I will say I think the screen on my computer is a little bit behind what I'm seeing on my TV. So when I share my screen, it'll probably be a little bit out of sync, but I'm not sharing the sound.
I got
Like Lordy's still
saved-
playing on my on what screen I share.
Yeah, I saved the order of who's giving their votes. I know they're gonna start with Israel, of course, but like I have the list of like who's giving their votes and what order here. So,
People complained it was so cold. Oh yeah, so Finland. This is why I will tell you. I remember somebody got mad. We were doing like a live stream and we were kind of like, oh, it'd be nice to go here. And someone was like, oh, why are you talking about places you want to go? I mean, we gotta go there.
yeah, we gotta go there. You gotta go there.
So
I mean, also, I'm from somewhere where it's hot. Like right now, what temperatures is like
yes, like
30
90.
out? It's like 30 today. I'm converting to Celsius. Sorry.
Yes, it is rehearsing. It is the rehearsal for Duncan because they had filmed all of this prior. So yeah. I mean, no, I've never. No, I don't play.
I mean, I gamble, but I don't gamble like that. I'll go to the casino, but that's about it. I don't risk with other
Split
stuff.
and Half said no one was complaining when Norway has. Well, I'll tell you this. When Sweden hosted, I was low-key complaining. I was like, it could have been warmer. Because, I want to wear like my cute club clothes, and then I got to wait outside for my cab to get back to my place. And, it's a little chill in the air. Even though I will say it was warmer in Sweden than I thought it was going to be. Like it ended up being not as bad. So there were some times like where I think I was just walking around and all I had was like my leather jacket. So that like a sweater and then like leather jacket.
Like, I don't know, this time of year, if it's below like 25 Celsius, I'm just freezing. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I've seen cicadas.
Oh my God, the cicadas. Let me tell you, I've got a bunch of the little carcasses on my front porch. I went to go get my mail. It sounded like sirens were going off all around me. It was so loud. Like, if I could probably, like, if I opened this window next to me, you would hear them. They are so loud. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I remember the last time these suckers came through. I want the results too.
I do like Duncan's follow-up music. I will say though, this interval act is a little lengthy.
Yeah, it's a bit long. I mean, for me personally, I'm still one of those people who's like not into arcade. I don't like the song, but I get why it won. If that makes sense. I just personally, he doesn't make music I'm interested in.
Yeah, I didn't, honestly, Loreen's like the only Eurovision winner that I would say I consistently listen to their follow-up music.
Oh, Loreen's brilliant. Like, I think Euphoria is one of her weaker songs.
Agreed.
Like, she's so good. Like, Euphoria is what people know her for, but they shouldn't. Like, nowhere near her best song. Pre-recorded vocals.
Yeah, the backing vocals, the backing tracks.
I like some uses of it, like the way that Vasile used it, where he had a choir of people who live in the U.S. from when he lived here in the States as a kid, and like as adults, they did his backing vocals. That's so sweet. Like, that's how you use something interesting like that. Like Russia is using a Russian choir. I like that use. The way that Daffy did with the choir of Eurovision fans, and Jendrik's in there too, like, that's a creative, useful way to do it. The problem is a lot of people did it in a lazy way. If you're going to be bringing me something artistic and interesting you couldn't do any other year, good for you. I want to hear you do that. I want people to have that creativity. But if you're just using a backing track so you can have more people dancing on stage, I don't want, like, that just feels lazy to me.
So for me, I would say it made sense this year. I don't want it to be a permanent thing.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I think, and my fear is that they'll just go on and let people do it next year. The only thing I kind of like about it is the potential for having more dancers and whatnot on stage. But honestly, the rule that I more deeply would want to change is the people on stage rule. But I think you have to do it with the caveat of you can have up to 10